What's good? What's good? What's good, my peopleizations? What's good, my peopleizations? So we're gonna have a special guest on, well-renowned trainer of the year, Derrick James, will be in the building with us today. Brandon Adam Perry, Terry Smoot Jr., Charles Young. What's going on with y'all? Meet the Kindles. What's going on? So we got a special guest in the building today. Derrick James, everybody knows, needs no introduction. He will be in the building today, and we will be talking some boxing, right? So with that said, can't wait. Michael Lee, Miss Joette, peace of blessings, Queen. How you doing? I can't wait. Dub _ right side, my brother. What's goody with you? So I can't wait. T Busy TV, what's going on with you, great brother? Can't wait, and can't wait some more. He said, YouTube and these missing notifications. Yeah. You see right now, we 3 minutes in and 30 people. Mustafa Malik, Tristan V, Jesse R, what's going on? Natty Dread, what's going on? Savior B, what's going on? You see they're not sending out notifications. Punchline and Pugilist, what's going on? Johnny True Staley, my brother, what's going on with you? So they clearly not sending out notifications. Clearly. They're making it abundantly clear. So, Natty Dread, what's going on, great brother? How y'all feeling, man? Els, what's going on? So, obviously, we already know you need no introduction, towards some boxing today. With that said, man, did y'all see what Errol Spence just completely hey, Blair Cobb's got to chill. Oh, it's good, Terry. It's good, man. Ryder, what's going on? Emmett Johnson, what's going on? Something said, check the channel. Glad I did. Yeah, they're not sending out. Dub _ right side. I actually got a notification first time. Yeah, it's amazing, man. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, with that said, man, you saw what Oscar De La Hoya said. You saw what Jermell Charlo said. They want to make the fight happen. Corbin Phoenix, what's going on? Yeah, Blair Cobb's out of control, man. PJ Best, what's going on? Tristan V, brother in Super Chat. EJ just tweeted Frank Martin, next fight is a nice step up. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. King Von 86, what's going on? Yeah, we're going to get into that, man. So with that said, it's always on my news feed, though. Yeah, they not sending out my notifications. It's disgusting. Rico Breland, Euphorbia Day, what's going on? It's absolutely disgusting, man. Mr. Lightning World, what's going on, great brother? On the Rise, what's going on? How you feeling, great brother? Yeah, Stephen Taylor, what's going on? Feeling better today. Feeling better today. Cameron Robbins, what's going on? The grind don't stop, man. The grind absolutely don't stop. Domingo Bonella, what's going on? Mar, what's going on? Brent Lawson, my brother, what's going on? This is disgusting, man. MP Running, what's going on? Jose R, what's going on? So, yeah, so Blair Cobb, man, hilarious, man. Errol Spence said, Battle Rap Source, what's going on? Blue, you to go to boxing media. Appreciate you, great brother. Hey, look at the notifications. 504 top level, what's going on? Chris Ray, what's going on? Horrible, man. Horrible. Kenny, what's going on? Blue, you heard Benavidez said Plant declined the fight. Yeah, I saw that. Jimson Andre, what's going on? They shouldn't have been chasing that fight to begin with. He called him a 33-year-old prospect. But then the thing about it is, somebody said to him, hey, he ain't, this is the thing. Somebody said, right? Somebody said to him, hey, yeah, Michael Lee, this is horrible, man. Jason May, what's going on? Smooth Criminal, what's going on? Alexander Zavinchkin, what's going on? Only 83 people. Hey, just think about that. Abdul Hamid, 215, what's going on? It take me 10 minutes. I can't even get 100 people in 10 minutes. Come on, man. A. McClennan, what's going on? It's horrible, man. Come on, man. Horrible, man. So somebody said to Errol, hey, he ain't 33, 32. He said 33, 32, whatever. Don't matter. It don't matter. Whatever, man. Same thing. Same difference. He said, same difference. Who cares? Kwam, what's going on? $12, what's going on? So, Orlando Collins, what's going on? I didn't get it. Then I said, look, we got 100 people. We can't get 100 people. Come on, man. Carla Ward James, what's going on? James Clayton Low, what's going on? We can't get 100 people in here. Really? Come on, man. Come on, man. Dashboard Charlie, what's going on? JR the Star, my brother, what's going on? Where you been at? Shaquan, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Peace, brother Blue. Always a pleasure listening to your content, man. I appreciate you 1,000%. DeAndre Carey, what's going on? I appreciate you 1,000%. The Jesus GQ, what's going on? I appreciate you 1,000%, man. Musically Zone Talks Boxing, what's going on? Yeah, I'm doing much better, man. Appreciate you. The answer 385, what's going on? What up? They're not sending out. Bullet Gibson, what's going on? Nagaro, what's going on? Stebbin Paget, my brother, what's going on? James Clayton the Low, what's going on? Appreciate you, man. Meets the Shredder, Sylvester Solomon, 2011, what's going on? So anyway, man, I know a lot of people concerned and they think that Jermell Charlo and Jaime Munguia is not going to happen. I believe it will happen. I believe that fight is going to take place, man. Brian Nobley Barfield, Salgado Andy, Sylvester Solomon, 2011. What's going on? Yeah, I'm doing much better, great brother. Appreciate you. King Judah, brother in Super Chat. Spence goes on to have all the Hall of Fame career. He will be one of the GOATs with all he's faced and from his peers and older boxers. The truth. Salute. I think Rams, what's going on? Cameron Renfro, what's going on? Mike Norman, Carla Wild James, what's going on? He said Errol should tell Boots to handle that light work for me. Hey, see, this is the thing about Blair Cobbs. The thing about Blair Cobbs is that Brandon B, what's going on? Who wins, Andre or Jenovic? Andre. Carl Brown, what's going on? Jose Verge, what's going on? Appreciate you, brother. Demetrius Andre won that fight. So here's the thing about Blair Cobb, right? Is this, right? Exactly, Tristan V. Exactly. Donnell Badgett, what's going on? Yeah, I'm feeling better, great brother. David Da Vinci, what's going on? The thing about Blair Cobb is that dude is 32, excuse me. He's 32. He turned 32 in December. This is a step-up fight for Blair Cobb. At 32, kick-sign socially. Al Harper Reptile, what's going on? At 32, this is a step-up fight for you? You got to understand. Smash the like button, man. We got 200 people. Let's get 200 likes. You see they're not sending out the notification. D Brown, what's going on? They're completely blocking the streams. Smash the like button, man. So the thing about it is this, right? Is that he's in a position right now where he understands, right? That he's running out of time. At 32 with 16 fights, time is not on his side. You understand what I'm trying to tell y'all? Time is completely not on his side at all whatsoever. And so at this point in time, he has to do something. He didn't only direct it at Errol Spence. Andre, what's going on? He didn't only direct it at Errol Spence. He directed it at Boots, Terrence Crawford. He said nobody faced adversity. You understand what I'm saying? I faced adversity outside the ring. These dudes don't know what that is. Professor X, what's going on? Joshua Riley, what's going on? Raymond and Emily Jones, what's going on? Maya Thomas, what's going on? Which is completely false, right? One thing I don't like, I never liked, is when people say, I've been through stuff you didn't be, but you don't know what I've been through, and you don't know what I can handle. The drop, what's going on? So when people say, oh, you ain't never been through the stuff I've been through. Tip O'Malley, what's going on? How do you know? Ray the boss, what's going on? He said, Alexandra, Blair wants to know he sparred all the champs. Most of these fighters spar all the champs. That don't mean nothing. Nathan Beckham, what's going on? That means zero, zilt. It means absolutely nothing. You understand? Most of these guys sparred it. Errol Spence sparred some of the greatest fighters. He sparred Floyd Mayweather. Quincy Carter, Donnie D, 1954, the OG in the building. Quest for Knowledge, what's going on? Jawan Russell, what's going on? So that means nothing that he sparred some of the best fighters. Hamilton still won, what's going on? Bland Lee, what's going on? It don't matter who you sparred. Most of these guys sparred the champions and this guy and that guy. And what does it mean? Presidential Mike, what's going on? I hear some sparring stories behind the scenes about your favorite fighters that you would never. Man, listen. Corbin Phoenix, what's going on? Lil Bounce Bright, what's going on? Joshua Riley, Tony O. Taylor, what's going on? He said Spence sparring Floyd meant something, though. LOL Blue, clearly. It meant something for his name and his brand, but as far as him being able to win fights, don't mean nothing. Birdie for Will, what's going on? You either going to win fights or you're not. Period. It helped his brand because of the status. Craig Barry, what's going on? Because of the status of Floyd Mayweather. But it didn't help him as far as getting this fight and getting that fight or mean he wants to fight. It don't mean nothing. Jaquan Pickett, Jay Simmons, Pool County Boxing, my brother, what's going on? If that's the case, what about the sparring partners you don't know about? Yeah, he got a draw on his resume too. TR, what's going on? King Judah, my brother, back in the super chat. After the Spence accident, everybody talking about struggles. Yeah. So that's the thing. I don't like when people say that, right? Jack Fresh, artwork, what's going on? Pool County Boxing, what's going on? Go subscribe to my brother, Pool County Boxing. D-Lo 404 Boxing, what's going on? That's the thing I don't like about people saying, I don't like that. In real life, I don't like that, let alone sports, because you don't know what somebody been through, and everybody can't handle everything. Kick Science Socially, what's going on? So it don't mean nothing. You might have, on an outskirt, that might have looked like the worst thing in the world. We got 320 people. We got 160 likes. And we see they're not sending out notification. Jose Verse elevated. That's what I'm saying. His brand, his name. But when people say that, like, so Blair said, Errol Spence has faced adversity and now essentially saying, in hindsight, he ain't going to be able to bounce back. Like, oh, he faced adversity now and it's over. Says who? If he faced adversity and it was over, he wouldn't have beat Danny Garcia the way he did. DP Rocker, Old Paul Boston, Frank Lopez, what's going on? He wouldn't have beat Danny Garcia the way he beat Danny Garcia. He wouldn't be back training the way he's training. He wouldn't be preparing. So 503 Lion, my brother, go subscribe to my brother 503 Lion. What's good with you, great brother? Drop that link. The Atlantean man, what's going on? So when people say stuff like that, it just don't make sense. That's why Errol said, yeah, Michael Lee, we already know. But it's okay. Don't even worry about it. Hitman, what's going on? Robert Pitts, what's going on? Darren Glasper, what's going on? He has to look for clout. PGH Big Dog, what's going on? Alfred Yashirala, what's going on? Cesar Martinez, Julius Thomas, Mr. Know-It-All Ranch, what's going on? He has to look for clout. Giovanni Walker, what's going on? Robert Montgomery, what's going on? Northside Sniper, what's going on? TR, what's going on? He has to look for it. Bro, he's 32. William Quick, Presidential Mike, what's going on? Dawn Jenkins, the Gotcha Gamer. My brother, Devin Blocker. Just Being E. Jose Trinidad. Raider Time, my brother, where you been at, bro? Brother in the super chat said, salute Blue in chat. Salute to you, great brother. I got to make some. King D, Poe Porter, what's going on? Giovanni Walker, my brother in the super chat. My daily refresher for the super chat. Let's go. Salute. We got 350 people. Let's get 350 likes. Orion King, what's going on? Razjak Tafari, what's going on? It's like using a dude name to chick to get some, yeah. Wave check, what's going on? M. Brian, what's going on? But he's 32 without a big fight, so he has to. Time ain't on his side. It just ain't. Just ain't on his side. Smash the like button, people. Get the likes all the way up. Time ain't on his side, so it's now or never. He's on the undercard of. Just think about this. I want y'all to understand this. I want you to understand this, right? He's the co-main event to a kid. Virgil Ortiz is 24. He's 32. Healthy Hustler, what's going on? Virgil Ortiz has more traction than he does, and Virgil is 24. Fortnite 06, what's going on? Appreciate you, great brother. Successful Hustle, my brother in Super Chat says Spence is cursed, but looks up to Fury, who on camera got caught, and it's crazy because media and a lot of fans say this is all pretty. Yeah, man. Tay Brown, peace of blessings, Queen. Successful Hustler, man. Listen, here's what happens, right? Joshua Riley, what's going on? When you have a guy that David Carey, what's going on? King D, what's going on? When you have a guy that people just want to see lose, you understand? Anything that goes against what he stands for is going to gain traction. You understand? So if he's talking about Errol Spence, 50 bands, what's going on? If he's talking about Errol Spence, right? And people want to see Errol Spence lose, well, it's going to gain traction. Oh, you see, he said this. Ha, 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 ha. You know, we got 400 people. Let's get 400 likes. Smash the like button. They're not sending out notifications. I need y'all to smash the like button. Ben Deli, what's going on? They asked Cobbs a question and he gave his answer. It's too bad if Spence didn't like his answer. It's not that Spence didn't like his answer. Rafael Luciano, what's going on? It's what you said on top of your answer. It's not that Errol Spence didn't like his answer. It's what you said on top of it. It's how you describe them. It's how you depict them. Boston Social Network, what's going on? Have you ever heard Errol Spence say anything about him? No, you never heard it. So you don't have to go the personal route to describe another fighter. You don't have to do it. Actually, you don't have to go the personal route to describe anybody for that matter. So to say he's this, he did this and he did that, and now it's catching up to him. What are you talking about? See, this is another thing that people say all the time that gets me. People say stuff like Corey Landry, what's going on? Rasha Hawkwa Kokumo, what's going on? Don Julio, what's going on? Exactly, Don Julio. It's a way. Dorian, right? What's going on? It's a way to address somebody, especially if you don't even know them. What's the point? You don't know what he's going through. AJ Celeste, what's going on? Joey X outside, what's going on? Alfred Yasharala, my brother in the super chat, dropping that hat for dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. For people to pick as Spence's personal shortcomings that he's overcoming is disrespectful. It's the worst thing watching my Lakers lose to the Rockets last week. Cobbs could have clout chased differently, shaking my head. Agreed. I'm only here so I don't get fined. What's going on? I agree with you, brother. I agree with you. You don't have to, Mr. Miyagi, West Baltimore, what's going on? You don't have to use that to describe him. Blue Arc, what's going on? And furthermore, we should want to uplift anybody, right? McGill Winter, what's going on? Geo James, Khalil 98, what's going on? Peace be free, what's going on? Do you know what? Let's ask this question, Mr. Blue, what's going on? Because everybody, Crypto George World, what's going on? It's easy to point a finger at somebody and say, look at what this dude is doing. But there could be actions, and I'm not saying it is or it's not. I'm just saying there could be actions that lead a person down that road. You don't know what somebody's going through. King Judah, brother in super chat. Spence is the king of 147, and the Cubs snapping at his heels. That's what it seemed like. Side of the ruler, what's going on? So another thing is, this is what people will do, right? Oh, see, Cesar Martinez, Boston Dad, what's going on? People will say this to other people to describe him. King Farrat, 54, what's going on? They'll say stuff like this. Oh, you ain't have to do this because I went through this and I didn't do that. Well, you ain't, I'm not you and you not me. Mississippi Billy, what's going on? Larry Lopez, what's going on? Quincy Carter, my brother super chat, threw Errol under the bus to make headlines. Facts. Bernard Crawford, what's going on? So he could say, well, I went through this and I ain't take that route. Well, you're not me and I'm not you. Zane Curili, what's going on? You follow what I'm trying to tell you? So what difference does it make? Coach Show Drive Race Ball, what's going on? You understand what I'm saying? Batista 2, what's going on? Cool Boy Curry, what's going on? Boston News DC, my brother, what's going on? Kim Folk, what's going on? Yeah, smash that like button, man. Get the likes up. We got 450 people. Let's get 450 likes. Smash the like button. This is amazing. So he said, what a boring world that would be. Facts, Blue. Exactly. A Soundproof, what's going on? Exactly, OG. Donnie D. Exactly. If I think like you and you think like me, then what was that that TV show when everybody was doing the same thing and moving the same way? Cesar Martinez walking the same way, talking the same. Cadillac Kirkland, what's going on? Will Wright, what's going on? Come on, man. Salute, Blue Blood. Glad to see you looking healthy. Yeah, I'm much better. Devin Beatty, what's going on? Let me send him this link. I need y'all to get the likes. I'm about to send him this link, man. Check the time. What's going on? Get them likes to 500 ASAP. Get the likes up. Let's see if I can sports. Hold on, I'm trying to send this link. Marshall Ayash, what's going on? Array Scholar, what's going on? Diggy Gong, what's going on? Dennis Hampton, what's going on? Stanley Bailey, the Tito Shatana, what's going on? Malek Cushy Music, what's going on? Hold on, let me send the Ziggy C, what's going on? Yeah, man, I had to get the heart check. Ziggy C, I had to get my heart checked out, man. Brian Barnes, brother in the super chat, the fact that this guy needs to be known by attaching himself to Spence should let you know. Yeah, to anybody for that matter. Brian Barnes. Hold on. Max Caesar, brother in the super chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Glad to see you back in Haney sparring mode, Blue. We need you. Can they just be honest and say they don't have enough Canelos to keep us from taking over boxing? Can't franchise everybody. That's a fact. That's a fact. Dub _ right side, my brother in the super chat. Salute Blue, Cobbs fighting Rocha next. Rocha lost to Speedy Rashidi in what I thought was a good fight. He definitely could lose this step-up fight. And another thing is, Larry Lopez, what's going on? Yeah, 30-year-old prospect. Mike Hayes, Shane Billy, DVT game, what's going on? King Judah, brother in super chat. Can't believe you got Derrick James, Blue. Salute, my favorite trainer. Yeah, he my favorite too, man. Love Derrick James, man. Jose Trinity, brother in super chat. Blue, do you agree that Derrick James is the third best coach after Ben Davis, Sugar Hill, Blair been through? He in Mexico City is different from Spence. It ain't different. Vernon Williams, what's going on? Demetrius Bright, Peter Longstrode, Raymond Gibson, what's going on? Trevor Bush, what's going on? Everybody goes through something, and as an individual, it don't matter where you at. Don't matter. And Derrick James is the third best trainer behind who? Ben Davison and Sugar Hill? No, I think he's better. He's better than both of them. No slight to them, you know what I mean? But he's better than both of them. And Ben Davison is nice, though. King Jermell, what's going on? So is Sugar Hill. But Sugar Hill has proven it with who? One fighter. Derrick James has proven it with multiple fighters. No one, J City Pity, brother in super chat. In an alternate universe, Bud has Blair's personality, and Bob Arum is begging for him to fight Pacquiao and Spence versus Bud. Fight happens years ago. Yeah, man. I understand where he's coming from because he's far behind the 8 ball. Bozy and his Tex Rock, what's going on? Bozy and there's a lot of great trainers, man. Gentris Thomas, what's going on? But the thing is, Derrick got multiple trainers. I mean, multiple fighters. Marshall Law, what's going on? Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can send the link again. The Don, what's going on? King Jamal, Mississippi Billy, what's going on? Let me send it again, just in case he didn't get it. Oh, that's why. I spelt it wrong. I spelt it wrong. See. I misspelled it. Hey, smash the like button, man. We got 550 people. Let's get 550 likes. Smash the like button, people. I misspelled his name. Philip P. Flame Walden, Malik B. What's going on? I completely misspelled misspelled it in the chat. That's why. Robert Williams, Thomas Moreland, what's going on? So I need y'all to get the likes up. Coogie Cooj, what's going on? Will Wright, Alfred Yashirala, what's going on? Get the likes up, people. Sports Express Podcast, what's going on? Darwin Frayson, what's going on? D. McGee. Yeah, smash the like button. Big Scat Straight, what's going on? Big George 850, what's going on? I missed the super chat. Loyal to the game, Boston Talk, my brother, what's going on? Missed the super chat. Oh, I missed a few. There you go.
What's up, bro? What's happening?
How you feeling, Coach?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Let me I'm chilling. I'm good.
I know you a busy man.
I'm tired.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. You got a lot going on, and you still work your regular job too, right?
I gotta go to work in the morning, bro. Yeah, for real.
Oh man, I appreciate you coming here. What time you got to get up?
Tomorrow is not that early, but normally I get up at like about 5:30 or something like that. But
wow.
Tuesday, Thursday, I get up at 4:20. See, like 4:20. But like tomorrow, I probably can get up at like 6 or 6:30.
Wow, that's still super early.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But the 4:20, them Jones be killing me.
Yeah,
That's the
I
game,
can only imagine.
life. You do what you do, man. It's a choice. I choose to do it. So yeah, I'm not crying about it.
All right, so let's get right into this, Coach, man. So, first things first, I wanted to ask you a few things, but something that interests me was the fight with Marcus Brown and Arthur Beterbiev.
Yeah,
I felt like he could have gave more in the fight. What was your take on it though, from you training him and him being your fighter standpoint?
Man, I think that man, I mean, he was doing phenomenal for the first 4 rounds. I mean, beat him really easy. I think that when the headbutt happened, I think that it was just it was hard to overcome. You know what I'm saying? That's my perspective because we hadn't talked about it because I don't care if I'm to hash over that again. That's my perspective. I think that nothing is harder than the headbutt. No punch, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, and being cut like that, no, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they first of all, the fight should have been stopped, but they didn't stop it because the guy was losing. So he had to win some rounds, right?
Right.
And so he won a couple rounds, but then Marcus won I think the 7th round. And so yeah, I mean, it was just kind of like, I don't know, I think it was unfortunate. It was so close. I think that opportunity you don't get them back. You know what I mean? So I think that we'll just see, man. Whatever, we'll be able to fight his way back to that position again.
Right. Now, Coach, you got 3 fights coming up, right? You got
really 4, but yeah, 3
4.
people, yeah.
You got Frank Martin coming up.
Yeah.
Right.
Jermell
and Errol.
And then a younger kid, Burley Brooks, who comes.
Oh, and Burley. Oh, Burley been fighting too.
Yeah. See, his hand had been broken.
And
he had been fighting with the broken hand. That's why he hadn't fought in so long because they made sure that you got to make sure that it heals all the way up. So that was his issue.
Oh, wow.
Fighting with a broken hand, man. But yeah.
So when you expecting him to fight?
He's fighting with Errol. Errol's on the card.
So you got 3 fights that card?
Right, yeah. Well, really, we got just 2. It's 2.
So Frank not fighting on that card?
No, Frank not fighting on the card.
Oh, okay.
No.
So when is Frank fighting?
That I don't know, but it's coming up though.
Okay. Because I thought he was going to be on the card too.
Well, I thought so too, but I think that it's like you look at it like this. You bringing him up, but I think they're trying to let him go in his own lane.
Right, right,
You know what I mean?
right,
He's like top 1 or 2
right,
in the ranking, so I think that they're gonna do that and then bring him back.
right. Yeah, so because you got fighters in major divisions, right?
The main
Like,
ones everybody popping in.
yeah, yeah,
Flying
you got,
hits, man.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. How is that for you? Training, these guys in this, because they training at the highest level, right?
Man, it's very
And
exhausting, man. I mean, it's really put like this. It's very hard. It's very hard, and I think that because these guys keep winning, you don't think about how hard it really is. You know what I mean? But
mm-hmm,
to be on that level every day, I mean, and to push yourself. You see, you got to think about this. They only have to be perfect one day.
right,
I got to be perfect every day. I'm in the gym and conscious and cognizant of what I'm working on, what we're doing, what we're teaching. You know what I'm saying? Every day. So it's
right,
not like I'm like, I can't get in the mix of me working on my like with a Mayweather mix or whatever. You know what I mean?
right,
Can't do that.
right,
There's no substance to that. I have to be conscious of working on this, working on that, and I have to make a document, a note to myself. We're
right,
working on what I want to see him do, how I want to see him react, and go into it. With that state of mind. So it's like it's difficult,
right,
but
right.
it's okay, man. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else, but hey, it's a hard job.
Right. I can only imagine, man. How do you go with how was that schedule though? Especially with having Mel for everybody fighting so close. How was that schedule?
Hey, man. I go to work in the morning. I work out at work. I leave there, go to the gym, and it's like Errol. Then it'll be, then Errol is first. Then it's like Frank, Burley, Jermell, they all mix in after that.
Mm-hmm.
It was like he's first because one of the guys he spawned with. He goes first on Monday with the days he spawned
Mm-hmm.
because of one of the guys that has to be at work at a particular time. So yeah, but
Right,
yeah,
right.
it's good, man. Everybody working, everybody grinding. I mean, even one of the spawn partners, Adrian Taylor, is fighting on the undercard also. So it's like you helping kind of bring people up too. So it's a good deal.
Right, right. Now, with Jamel, the fight got postponed
Yeah, yeah,
and pushed back, and
yeah.
it got pushed back 2 months. How do you keep them from peaking? How do you
I
keep
mean,
them?
you just kind of, you don't even push anymore. You just kind of just do the work, just
Mm-hmm,
to keep them sharp, right? Because if you, it's no purpose just to keep them sharp. Movement and a little bit of what Cassiano does. Everything's about Cassiano, but at the same time, it's just about just getting the work in, and just keeping them sharp, keeping the reaction time up.
right.
And I mean, yeah, he was on fire. Like he was on fire. But I mean,
Mm-hmm,
you just kind of chill out a little bit. I mean, he's really smart about the situation because he called me and we talked about some stuff. So it's like it's cool though. It's good. But
right.
he's put like this. Brian Cassiano will be fighting a different person, different state of mind, different everything. So I mean, he's grown up a lot since then. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he's grown up a whole lot.
Yeah, for me, when it comes to Jamel, I don't think that he gets enough credit for his versatility, and I don't think he gets enough credit for his skill set and how good he is. I think that initially he was looked at as a pure boxer.
Right.
Then now he got with you and he knocking people out. But
And boxing, but still
and
knocking people out.
exactly. So
Right.
when he fought Jason Rosario, he showed versatility
Right. All right. All
and
right.
and then he just shows different styles. And I was just having this conversation after he did the interview with Brian Custer, and he had the
Right.
whole thing with Terrence Crawford. And I was saying, in the sport of boxing, you can tell me if I'm right about this, Coach. In the sport of boxing, I said great big men beat great little men. And because we don't
Right.
look at
Right.
Jermell Charlo's versatility enough, that we just think of him just being, but he's just not a bigger guy. He's a big skill guy.
Right.
And I said that would be he's bigger than what you think.
Put like this, he's a bigger, more technical guy. And natural athleticism takes you so far. Speed and quickness takes you so far. But what happens is, you know, it's a difference. Put like this. A smaller guy can be the big guy any day of the week. But a big skill guy is just a different type of fight because he's bigger and he's skilled. So he has the same skills or better than you have.
Right.
Your speed will be your attribute, but at the same time, your speed can be your detriment. Your athleticism can be your detriment.
Right.
I think that's what I think it is. It could be, you know, so, but, you know, who knows?
Right. So when it came to him and Terrence Crawford, I was saying that, you know, that's a tough hill for Terrence Crawford to climb because he's not just a bigger guy with power. He's a bigger guy with skill, power, versatility. It was different when Roy Jones went up to heavyweight and he fought John Ruiz.
Fought the right person.
Right, exactly. This style matchup. Right.
But it's like you look at Jermell, man. Jermell's athleticism, he probably had the best feet in boxing. You think about when he used to fight before I started training him, he would move and he was like, other than Law, he had the movement like those Cuban fighters. I mean, he was moving real good and real slick. And I just came in and just say, okay, you can do that, but only in spots, only in spurts. I mean, only when it's necessary because all the movement is unnecessary. I mean, unless you're trying to open up something, create something, and get something out of the deal other than that. I mean, you're moving just to be moving.
Right. And he uses educated movement.
Right, no doubt. If he's moving, it's for a particular reason. It's not just to get out of the way or get away or do whatever. This is for a reason.
Right. Now what you said Brian Castano going to face a whole different guy. Do you think that Jermell just gave him too much credit in that fight? Because I thought that he was on the verge of stopping him a few times, and he allowed himself to be backed into the ropes.
I don't think that. I just think that he had some other stuff going on. I mean, and that's really what it was. I mean, had nothing to do with Brian Castano. Brian Castano came out there and fought his fight and fought the best fight he could fight, obviously. But I think that he'll come into the fight thinking something totally different. Or that was Jermell's best version of Jermell Charlo, and it wasn't. I mean, he could. I mean, I think that really it showed just how big of a puncher Jermell really is, and how his one shot could kind of change it. Because you look at the last 4 rounds, when I told Jermell, I say, I think you're losing the fight because they had it up on little jumbotron. And when Jermell went after him, man, he was running for life. Like those last 4 rounds, Jermell was running him down, trying to catch up with him. So I think that, you know, had you start that early, and you just be yourself early, I think that you may get different results. It's possible.
Yeah, because when I thought Brian Castano, all of his success came when Jermell had his back on the ropes, opposed to in the center of the ring, it wasn't even a close fight. No. So now I think when I'm asked about it, I think that I say Jermell's going to probably stop him in the 7th round. I saw Teddy Atlas. He said this. He said that we saw the best version of Brian Castano versus the non-best version of Jermell Charlo. So he think it's going to it's an early stoppage.
Well, I don't know. I don't get into that part. So don't get me to. I'm not. I don't. This is what I don't do. I don't tell my guys to go get knockouts, but the punches and the things we do gets knockouts. So I'm not going to tell them go do it, but what we do gets knockouts. So it's like, what I'll say, hey man, it's going to be a pretty good fight because I think I know Brian Castano's coming, and he's going to look at the fight and he's going to think about some things he probably should have did in the spots. And then when he get in the ring, he'll be reminded why he wasn't doing those things when Jermell started hitting him with those shots. Or those hard shots or whatever. So we'll see. I mean, you know, he's a great fighter, man. He's a true warrior. And it makes up for a great fight. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to it because I know Jermell is looking forward to the undisputed. He's looking forward to making history. So you gotta be happy about that. You gotta be happy that you can help a guy fulfill his lifetime fantasy and dream of becoming undisputed champion of the world.
Now you training Jermell, you know, for a while, a long time now, knowing him, and he's somebody that I've never seen him in when he looks out of shape or anything of that nature. He seems always be in shape.
Yeah.
How long do you think if he wins this fight, you think he'll stay at 154? Or how long you think he'll stay there?
Well, first of all, I never lived my life on an if. So for me, it's a win. You can say whatever, however you say it.
Right.
But I mean, I think that, I don't know. We never talked about it. I mean, you know, he mentioned some stuff. He just like, you know, Jermell talks a lot of stuff. So he might say some stuff, but we never like say, okay, this is what we're going to do. I just that's cool. Go do it. You know, so it's like, you know, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Because I just look at it and I'm saying, you know, he accomplished this. I mean, there's a few fights left for him at 54, you know, but he pretty much cleaned out the division now, right? And becoming undisputed, you know, and he's always in shape. So I don't know if I don't see him out, you know, it's not like I feel like or do you see him like outgrowing? He struggled to make the weight? Because I don't
No,
see
he
him.
doesn't struggle to make the weight. He's pretty, man. He's pretty disciplined with that weight thing. I mean, you know, he hits it on the point every time, and he never really gets so big.
Right.
And this was funny. He gains weight when he's in camp because he starts to
get muscular.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, other than that, I mean, nah, man, he's okay.
Yeah. Because I just look and I'm like, man, you know, just from a fan and media standpoint, I'm like, you know, is he want to go on a run to defend the titles? You know what I mean? Or
I don't know.
Right.
We haven't talked about it.
Right.
We don't. You know, you don't want to. I never get past that thing. Getting it.
Right.
You know,
you got to stand.
Not saying we won't get it. I'm not saying I'm thinking that we won't get it, but I have to make sure that we're speaking like in the present.
Right.
You can't be so far ahead. If I'm that far, I'm gonna miss a whole lot of steps in between to get to that point.
Right. Now, when it comes to Errol, you know, a lot of people they have their questions. You obviously train him. You've been training him forever and a day, and today a lot of people question his health. They question, is he going to be the same? And Errol said he was only 80% of himself in the Danny Garcia fight.
I think it was like 40%. But
that was only 40% of himself?
That's what I think, yeah.
Wow.
That's what I think. You know, I think it was less than 80.
Wow.
But listen, if you look at, like, did you see the picture that I post? He never looked like that with over a month left.
Right.
I mean, you know, he's like fit, but he's never like that. Really, he's been like that for like, man. It's been like that for a while, at least for like a month and a half or 2 months or so. So, yeah.
Wow. 40%? So, when going into that fight with Danny, did you have any, I know you're confident, he's confident, but did you have any reservations in the back of your mind, like, he may not be ready for this at 40?
No, I mean, I didn't think like that. I'm just saying, I just know, and listen, I just think it was probably about 40%.
Wow. And today you see him at 100, back to 100.
Hey, man, he putting the work in. And he was, listen, he's been putting the work in. He was putting the work in before. But I think that with him, he probably feel like he got to prove a little something more. You know, for this, I mean, like, people had these questions, and he's coming up to getting his deal, his undisputed deal too. So, you know, he's focused.
Mm-hmm. Now, I spoke to a couple of his sparring partners, and they said this is the best version they ever seen, most motivated version. He got smarter. They feel like he got quicker. You know,
Right.
Do you see an improvement that wows you from what you used to? Is there any moments that's?
But really, what it is too is that his power is like, that's really what is like, that makes a big difference. His power and take everything out of a guy. Like, a guy can be fresh, and when he's punching hard, I mean, like, in 2 rounds, they gotta be tired, depleted, like can't really, So yeah, I mean, it's the power, man. It's like we were talking about it yesterday. I was like, man, it's that power, and after they come down here and do it again, they kind of pull back off of it.
Now,
Yeah, I mean,
what's the biggest difference? Is it that you seeing his power being delivered? Because, like I said, his
he's
sparring
been
partners, they
strong,
like,
but like this, he's been strong before, right? But I think that me just acknowledging the center difference, like, damn. And then I talked to the guys, one of the guys' trainers. He's like, yeah, man. He said that in the second round, the guy was like, he's like, I'm tired. I can't, it was like, so it was like 2 rounds. He's like, man, I can't go. This guy normally goes 10 rounds. He really goes about 8 rounds or so with him. And then another guy come in for the rest of the round. Yeah, so yeah, but it was just like, it's the power. But she's always been strong, so.
mm-hmm.
But like, I'm just like seeing how it affects the other guy.
Right. And do you see a different level? Now, I know he said that, since the accident and moving forward, he's just been more committed. He found a newfound love for it.
Right.
What's the biggest thing you see? Like you said, you never seen him in this shape, this far out. What's the biggest thing you see?
I think that he really kind of like more pleasant. I mean, to where he's like, he may be a little bit more talkative. I think that, yeah, he's like more talkative because even like he's in the gym. We normally used to would never talk to anybody. Then like when like Frank, my man must really like Frank because I mean,
Yeah, he rocked with Frank.
He talked to Frank. I'm like, damn, because he's Frank's promoter.
Right.
I'm like, damn, we must really like him because he's like he with him. You know what I mean? He hangs out with him a little bit. So it's like you realize that he's more. I think he's at a happy place, man.
Right.
He's happy and he's doing good. And he's working hard, but at the same time, he's not. We're not cracking jokes in the gym. We don't do that, but it's like he's pleasant. He'll say something every now and then, when he was never saying anything before.
Right.
But he'll talk a little bit.
Right. It's not so much of a job now. He enjoying what he doing.
I think what I think it's a job still, but I think that. I don't know, man. He's just like he'll say something. He'll say something every now and then. It's really not a lot, but every now and then, like he always gonna say something to Frank, or the other guys too. But man, he must, But yeah, I mean, so he just. I think he's in a better headspace.
Right.
Like he said in the press conference that it's like this is second and third time he's getting to do this thing. And. Coming back from the eye injury and coming back from the accident, which the accident's so far removed, but the eye injury is recent, but he's past that also. So, it's like you just see him, man, just keep growing and blossoming. Looking forward to it. And listen, you got to think about this. The best version of himself has to show up for Adonis Ugas, right? Ugas is a mixture of old and new. Right? You have the athleticism, because really we live right now is an athleticism stage, right? You guys switch up back and forth and they use athleticism and blah blah blah. But what happens really and truthfully, it changes when you got somebody who really is technical, who has skills, because athleticism is going to take you so far. So that's where you got to have skills on top of that. But Ugas has skills also. He's a counter puncher. He's, he can move his slick, and he's very, he's aggressive at times.
Now, do you view? Because I was looking at the I was trying to just study Ugas and study Errol and Errol's fights and Ugas' fight, and Ugas started putting me in the mindset of he reminds me of a little bit of Kell Brook. Do he mind you of Kell Brook? His size and how tight his.
I don't. He's not as big as Kell Brook, but he's as posing as Kell Brook was before.
That's what. Yes.
Because he's very aggressive and he's gonna come. He'll come to fight, but I think at the same time it's like I think they say Sean Porter's not a big puncher. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of guys are not a big puncher, but he's so slick. That's his thing. He can can move in there, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about it. So you'll see him, and just like even with Pacquiao, you supposed to son Pacquiao. He's too little. Treat him like a little kid. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he was too small. So that's how you handle a guy like that.
Right.
You push him around, you disrespect him because come on, man, you let him know really you're the big guy, and that's
Right.
what Ugas did was let him know this is my situation. I'm on 47 pounder.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, so he fought in the way he was supposed to fight.
Now, let me ask you this, right? Do you feel that I get the feeling that Errol has a chip on his shoulder? He motivated that people are doubting him. Do you feel like that sense that when you with him?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that he's a guy who never comments on anything that said to him on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he reads a lot. I mean, he knows what's said about him, but he
Mm-hmm.
never says anything about it. And he taught me about that. He's like, man, don't read that stuff. You know what I mean? But don't get involved with that stuff because I used to be upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he had to talk. Man, don't. I was like, okay, so and yeah, man, he really. I think really the thing about it too is that I think the fact that he's been doubted. I think the chip is that he has. He's his greatest version of his own competition. So he's competing against himself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so if you think about it, he has high standards. The guy to be Sean, the guy to be Danny, the guy to be Mikey. He's competing against that guy. The guy to be Kel, Lamont. That's what he's competing against. So, I mean, and everybody seems to say that guy's not alive. That guy's not around anymore. So, okay, well, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, many people they question, like you said, his power showing up. Many people started to question, is his power still there? He didn't knock out Mikey, he didn't knock out, Danny, he didn't knock out Sean,
He
so
was
people,
boxing him.
right.
Listen, so this is the thing about it. I think that, see, people want what they want because winning is not good enough. Or beating a guy decisive is not good enough. They want you to beat them. Listen, man, if life was like that, everybody'd be rich.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think that you just have to. He's showing his because he can't show his boxing skills. That's too much, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the power? What I thought y'all said I couldn't box. I
Mm-hmm.
thought y'all said I didn't have boxing skills.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people have to make their minds up because I remember they say his feet, he has slow feet, he has this. And that's what they said. So he showed them that he didn't, and they still say he does. Like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can't really win. So I think shouldn't even worry about what they're saying. Just go do your thing, man.
Now we see your Danish Uga said that this is not going to be the toughest fight of his career, as he's supposed to be confident, right? And he does very well against southpaws. Did you see that Joe Casamayor? He said that this is the perfect style for him because Errol is a southpaw, and like you said, people are saying Errol don't move his feet, and Ugas is claiming to be a southpaw. He dominates southpaws. He's great against southpaws.
But I mean, he did well against some guys, lower level guys, and like a Pacquiao was a smaller guy. I mean, and we'll see. I mean, everyone is not. Think about this. Everybody can say that, but he never fought an Errol Spence.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does good to southpaws until they get in the ring with southpaw. I mean, the one that handles them. I mean, if he just has to. If he believes that, then he should believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But all
Yeah.
of them are not the same.
Right. Now, everybody wants to see Errol and Terrence.
Yeah.
And Terrence recently in an interview he said that he was talking about the 60-40 split and the splits, and then he said that he told the Errol and Errol want this fight just as much as he want to fight.
Okay.
Is that something that you see from Errol?
Bro, wait, listen, Errol. If you think about it, he said in the press conference like last week or whenever it was, 2 weeks ago, said that he want to be the undisputed welterweight of the world, champion of the world. So that means he wants to fight 10. He wants that fight. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I mean. We don't talk about it, but when you hear him talk about it in the interview, He's not like, oh, I need this fight, because he doesn't need to fight. He said he wants to fight, and he said he wants to be the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. So I mean that's. I mean, I guess people don't understand what that means.
Right.
Every time, like you, we're talking about it right now, but I know you heard him say that when he said it.
Right. Right.
So it's like,
right.
but what? I mean, but we have to reiterate it for people.
Right.
When you heard him say that,
Right.
Only way you can get that is if he fights who?
Terrence Crawford.
That's right. So I mean, I think that the split is gonna be the thing where but I mean, because I'm not gonna, but like the numbers, I put the numbers up, I multiplied it. You do what you do, and you realize the difference between 130,000, 700,000 against the same opponent, Sean Porter. You realize the difference between that. And I think that the only bargaining chip, because accolades mean nothing. It's all about the numbers. Because the Lakers were not selling out and selling and big for TV or whatever it is, then realistically they wouldn't be on prime time. Because you could be winning all day long, but if it's not nobody want to see it, or you're not making the networks or the league money, then I mean, what are we talking about? So I think that's what that's what it comes down to. And I think that's really where he has to make his mind up. If you really say you want to fight him, this what everything you've done, all your accolades that really work. The biggest fight, the biggest pay-per-view draw was Sean Porter, 130,000 pay-per-view buys at $69.99.
Terrence versus Sean.
Terrence versus Sean. If you look at that, $69.99. You look at how much that is. That's $9,098,400. Errol fights the same guy at the Staples Center, not at the Mandalay Bay, which seats 8,000 and it didn't sell out. It sells 20,000 at the Staples Center. Did you go to the fight?
Yeah, I was there. Oh, it was packed.
Right. So, and you look at this, he sells 700,000 at $75.99. Because when you're speaking, so somebody was like, "Oh man, just say 76." No, because the pennies add up when it's millions of dollars you're talking about. So you can't put the penny in there. And $79.99 is like $52 million.
Now, that fight says 700. That fight did 700,000, because it was being reported it was 325,000.
Sean Porter.
Sean Porter versus Errol.
But you listen, why do you think they keep putting him on pay-per-view if you're only doing 300,000?
This is true.
Listen, why you think? Why you say, man? Everybody don't need that. See, some people got to tell their story. Other people don't really care about what the story is. You look at like Fox be all over it. Why? I'm just asking you.
Oh, for sure. He definitely a draw for sure.
So if you put like this, you selling 300,000. It's still more than that, more than 130,000.
Right.
You don't put him on a show again to fight another top guy. Understand what I'm saying? If he ain't selling, he ain't selling. So you don't jump back in the bed with him again. Right. See, I mean, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, stylistically, is that a fight as just removing yourself from being his trainer? Is that a fight you fancy? Like the whole world wants to see. The whole world. I think it's the biggest fight in boxing.
I think right now, because there's nobody really out there. I mean, you probably seen everybody dance with each other. All the ones that people really want to see fight, other than tanking somebody else, right? But yeah, I mean, I think it's probably the biggest fight. Man, yeah, I would want to see that fight. Because yeah, man, I think, from a fan's perspective, I think it'd be a good fight,
Now, from a trainer's perspective, right? You obviously you train at the highest level, right? So your view, the lens that you look at that fight through is completely different than me and everybody else, right?
Right.
when you look at Terrence Crawford and his fight with Sean Porter, and without giving away what you would train and work on, but when you see that and you see Errol, how confident are you that you like, yeah, we got this?
I know my guy. I know my guy. I think Terrence Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. I've never said he's not a great fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Never, because man, he's a hater. Come on, man. You say something like that, like this dude is crazy.
Right,
he's a phenomenal fighter. He's a phenomenal athlete. That's what I'll say. Yeah, man. But I look at him. I think he's a great fighter. I think that put like this. These are fights like Errol. Think about this. Errol is fighting fighters that push him to be better and push him to be on point at all times.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not fighting a guy who's not going to push him or not going to motivate him to be on point. He's fighting guys that are pushing him to be better. You got to be great if you're going to fight this guy. You got to be on point. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it's all about. Even with Ugas, you got to be really on point to beat this guy, to fight this guy. You got to be on point.
Now, do you when I look at Terrence Crawford today's time, and I talked to a few other trainers and fighters and stuff, and I asked him, man, he look, obviously Father Time is undefeated, but I used to think that he was more dominant in the orthodox stance equally as the southpaw stance. Do you still see that he's still dominant in both stands, or do you feel like that has faded a little bit? He's more becoming just a southpaw.
To be honest, I really don't even pay attention to that. I think that you can switch up on guys who are not that great, but when you got somebody who's great, you better find one of them and stick to it. Because that guy's idea, when you do this, I'm gonna do this. When you do that, I'm gonna do this. It's like Kell Brook was a switch hitter. But he only switched up twice with Errol. And you never noticed when he did it because he switched back so fast.
Right. Just not comfortable.
Hey man, listen. Somebody on your ass, man. Hey, you realize, man, hey, you gotta be on point.
Right.
We're not doing any experiments today.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so it's like, but I think he's a phenomenal. He's good at what he does. I don't really. I notice it if we're fighting and we're preparing for him, but I'm watching the fight. I'm not looking at it for that. I'm just looking at it for as a fan's perspective. As a fan of Terrence Crawford and a fan of Sean Porter that's watching a good fight. I don't, because if I could never enjoy a fight from analyzing everything, right? I just got to look at it like it's a cartoon or some reality TV or something, something really don't
entertainment.
Entertainment, just look at it for entertainment purposes.
Now, from it's always said that southpaws don't like to fight southpaws. Why is that, from a trainer standpoint?
I think that they're not accustomed to seeing them so much. I think that's really what it is. They don't see them so much. So it's like different. They're accustomed to seeing the other guy, the right-handed guy.
Now, with Yordenis Ugas, he's not seen as a big puncher, right?
I think he is. Okay. But he may not be. I think he's very
deceptive.
No, I think he's when he punches, he tries to punch hard. That's what I think. I think he tried to punch hard. But go ahead. I kind of stopped your question. But go ahead.
No, I was. That's what I was getting at. Do you think he is a big puncher, or?
I think I see him putting a lot of intent on his body shots. I think he's a puncher. I think that he's a boxer puncher. That's not what he's totally dependent upon. But that's how he'll get you because he'll catch you slipping.
Now, Frank Martin in that lightweight division.
Right.
That division is stacked, man.
Right.
And how soon do you think that he could work his way into the title contention?
Well, he's already up there, man. He's in the mix already. And so it's just like just getting one of those guys, a fight or whatever. That's the big deal. He's already in the mix, and he's a mixture of all of the he's very athletic. His moves are real, he moves amazing. But I was like, listen, you can do that all day, but man, you don't have any skill and technique. When that guy get up on you like this, what you gonna do? So we had to go put him in school, man. Work with his technique, his skills, his defenses, and fighting games. So it's like you have to be able to be very versed and be able to do all of it. Most of these guys, you notice, you watch them, they only fight everybody from the outside. But what happens when the guy gets up close to them and gets them on the inside? If they can't get away from them, what do they do? Yeah, somebody just lost. Who's that kid that just lost?
Chris Colbert.
Somebody get up on you. Get it. See, that's I've been telling people that for years. Not about him, but just about athleticism, right? People think that they're better because they're boxing and they're moving. But okay, but what happens when somebody get up in the mix and you can't get away?
Right.
That's really that's really where the boxing really happens in the skills. This shit on the other side, a guy walking who watch boxing every day can mimic somebody and do what they do because they move around so much. But it's like when you get in the mix and you hands and that's when it's really real.
Right.
But that's what do you do? Most of the guys gonna panic when they get up in the mix. They get so close they don't know what to do.
Right. And they can't fight in every level.
They can't. Well, they can't fight inside, outside. They can't fight. Right. So I mean, and they can box out. Like if you look at when Tank fought the kid that could punch the last fight, he showed a certain level of skill set that I didn't even know he had when he was boxing. I mean, listen, man, he's very well rounded. I mean,
I said the same thing, Coach. I said I was more impressed with that fight than his other fights because of the versatility he showed.
He showed some other stuff, man. I mean, he showed some things that none of the other guys have shown yet. Or may not even be capable of it. They don't even have it. I'm just saying, I mean, they may not. I'm not for sure not, but I'm just saying what he showed in that fight was real.
That's exactly what I said. I said I was more impressed with that than anything from Tank because he showed lateral movement. He showed he could fight in every level, and broke his hand in the 6th round, and still was able to adjust.
Right.
And that guy was aggressive. You know,
that guy was. He would listen, man. When he saw Tank putting it on him, he woke up because really, Tank took the fight out of him a little bit. He was hitting and catching him, but when he realized Tank wasn't doing what he was doing before, he woke up. He started trying to get back with him. So I mean, yeah, man, he showed his desire to win. You understand? Because he fought with a broke hand for like 6 rounds or whatever. So you think about it. That's dope. That's tough.
Yeah, that and to do it going backwards, and he still was being aggressive when he needed to. Now, speaking of that, with you with Errol, Jermell, Frank, more so with Errol and Jermell fighting in the championship level right now. Is there stuff in the gym that we haven't seen them display? Because we always hear Floyd Mayweather say,
man. He'll even tell you like a lot of stuff. Somebody push him to bring it out. I mean, just like Ugas to say that this not gonna be his toughest fight. Okay, well that's what you have to, that's what you have to say. Because he's still a big puncher. I mean, I don't know where they get that from. He's not, but still a big puncher. I mean, think about this. A lot of people knock people out, but he broke Kell Brook's face. I'm sure he probably broke his ribs too, from body shots. So I'm just telling you, he, you can say what you want to say. He broke his face. And so it's one thing to break bones. So hey, it's another thing to knock somebody out. So they can say what they want, they can feel the way they want to feel. I mean, it's life.
Yeah, and it's like I was saying, a lot of people got mad at me because I was trying to explain the whole Terrence Crawford, Jermell Charlo situation, not taking nothing away from Terrence Crawford. I'm just saying Jermell is skilled, right? And he to the naked eye, you're not paying attention to some of the little things that he does that makes him so versatile. He's not just going to be there He's not just a big guy with just power. He can move laterally. He can move backwards.
Right.
So what things that you see in Jermell that he just hasn't displayed in the ring for us?
Hey, I think that what you'll notice, man, they'll see it and they're gonna trip out. Is that his athleticism, man, his ability to, hey man, he's a phenomenal fighter, man. You gonna see it.
Agreed.
When they see it, they're like, man, what the heck, man? This cat freaking my house dark. I'm moving around the house.
No problem,
And yeah, he's like, they're gonna be like, man, what the heck, man? He's got moving around. He's doing this, he's doing that. So it's like you'll see. And when they see him, like, damn. He's put it like this. And really, it's just like him mastering what he does. I mean, him mastering everything he does or whatever. That's what you'll see, him mastering what he does. That's what you're going to see.
Yeah,
damn. The hell, man. It's like, yeah. You'll see.
And I was saying this, right? Because people were saying, they surprised that Brian Castano was even to be that competitive with him, seeing as though he's not a very big guy. But I was saying that Argentinian style is very unorthodox. That they're able to work their way in, like Madonna did on Floyd, and is that something that that you guys have to look at and study? Is like he knows he's been the smaller guy in every fight.
Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, it's particularly Argentinian style. They're big punches, and they can fight. I mean, like the other kid, the six, like Martinez's name, Sergio Martinez. He's a good boxer. He's a good puncher also. I think that I think that I mean, man. I think that he's just a good fighter, man. And he was the guy that Jermell let him be. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, when Jermell hit him, you see what he was trying to say on the outside. He wouldn't even, So that's the thing about it. He was the guy that Jermell let him be, and that's what I'll say about it.
Now, last question I got to ask you about. What's your thoughts on Jerome Boots Ennis?
I think he's a good fighter. I really never haven't seen him fight, but like maybe once. I think I saw him fight when he fought the guy. Like Russian, right? What's his name?
Sergey Lipinets.
I seen him fight that fight, and maybe somebody else. But I mean, I think he's a good fighter, man. I think that, he's good. I mean, he's a good young fighter.
Let me get a few predictions out you, Coach. Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez.
I think that Shakur Stevenson is an amazing boxer, and so I think that he'll maybe be too fast and too athletic and too agile. I mean, I'm just assuming. I mean, that's what I think. So, I mean, I'm going with Stevenson.
There's talks that Jamal could be fighting Jaime Munguia. How you see that fight?
Jamal Charlo?
Yeah. Yeah, they said that he's gonna. They hit a little snag, but they said that they agreed upon just about everything for June 18th or maybe July.
Okay, man, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that I don't know. I mean, I don't know about the fight, but I know about the fight. I mean, I know the Jermell. I'm down with Charlo. I'm Team Charlo every day.
Right. But I'm just saying, as stylistically for Jaime Munguia, how you see? You think he gives him any problems?
I seen him fight like once or twice. I mean, I don't watch a lot of boxing. You gotta understand that. So we talk about. I mean, it was a lot of hype on this guy, right? And this kid, man. He lose or he really kind of.
No, he's undefeated. He just hasn't had the big fights.
Fight didn't do that well yet.
Right, he just haven't had the big fights yet.
Okay, well, man, I don't know. Maybe they should. I don't know. We'll see. He's supposed to be like a knockout puncher or something, right?
Yeah, he's he gets a lot of knockouts. He got like 39 fights with like 32 knockouts, undefeated.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good then. Okay, but yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I'm going with Jamal. I think that, like I said, I've seen him fight before once or twice. He's a good fighter. But,
sorry, Coach. Quiet.
Who let the dogs?
Yeah. Now let
Them
me ask you
dogs should
about
be
this, right?
sleeping, man. Them
Yeah,
dogs should be
they.
sleeping, man.
I got 3. Those are my daughter's dogs. I got 3 of them.
Right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they look. They 2 poodles and a Yorkie poodle.
Okay.
Now let me ask you about this fight. And this situation, Devin Haney and George Kambosos Jr.
I don't know. I never seen Cambosis fight before.
He just beat
And
Teofimo Lopez.
yeah, I mean, I still never seen the fight though.
Yeah.
I didn't see the fight. It was like on. We were at an event that night, so I didn't really watch the fight. But Devin Haney. I mean, we'll see how. Hey man, that guy's a spoiler, man. He is the man, but he is a spoiler also. Cambosa. So I mean, we'll see how. I mean, I think Devin Haney may. We'll see, because I don't know. I mean, I only seen him fight like once or twice,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know. I mean, I've seen like a little bit of his fight. I never seen him really fight before. Haney.
What you think about Triple G fighting the Dimitri Bivol? Do you know anything about him?
Man, who won? I mean, this guy's like, hey man, I just turned 50.
Uh-huh.
We were in the same infantry room, whatever the delivery room. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, who won? Triple G, like, come on, man.
I meant to say Canelo. I meant to say Canelo.
Right. Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I meant to say. I say Triple G. I meant to say Canelo.
Damn.
but Canelo gonna fight Triple G in the trilogy though in September. They saying.
Oh my god! Who would they? Come on, who would he want to see that? Like, who's asking for that fight again? Because I went to the 2. I went to the second one, and it wasn't sold out. So who is asking for that fight again?
Just the zone, the networks.
But I'm just saying, like, so if the people say, "Damn, I wish a fight I want to see Canelo fight Triple G." Are you for real? Come on, man.
Right.
And
right.
It's like you just taking money out of one pocket, putting it in the next pocket. Still got the same. I mean, it's like, what are you doing? I mean, I think that Canelo and Bivol should be a good fight because he's a bigger guy. But he's gonna be a lot slower. I mean, he's gonna be too slow. I mean, I think he's gonna be too slow for Canelo.
I think the same thing. I think Canelo combination punches.
Right. That's the advantage, is that his speed is too much for these bigger guys. That's what they're reason. So he beat them easy because they're too slow. Can't move. And they may be good movers, but they're not good enough movers, better movers than a 154 pounder. Because that's really what he is, a 154 pounder. He's the blow to 154 pounder. And so he has the same movement, that same athleticism, the same skill set. Those other guys are accustomed to, they're not accustomed to that. So that's why he's getting them. Not saying he's not a good fighter, but just saying that's why he's so much faster than they are.
Right. Now you said Errol is in a shape that you never seen him at right now. So how do you get him to not peak like we was talking about with Jermell?
We're not sparring as many rounds as we were before. Like we sparred like for Sean Porter, we probably sparred about from 18 to 20 rounds, 16 rounds, and whenever we spar. But like we're not sparring them in like 12 or 13 now. So about 30 something, like 30 something rounds, 39 rounds this week or whatever. But we've been like 20 rounds before, and like 16 was regular. Like every 16 rounds regular. 30-second break. So yeah, but we're not doing all that now.
Yeah, you got to taper them down, right?
Yeah, I mean listen. I'm not saying we may not do like 14 to 15, but may do 16, but not like every day, not so consistent.
Right. And have you seen any? Because the big concern everybody asks is about the eye. Have you seen anything that makes him favorite? Protected or aware of it?
Nah, man, no.
Yeah, that's a question everybody.
No, I'm laughing because we were having a conversation when he was sparring one day. And so I'm like, nah, man, nah. He's okay. Because really he's okay. We were laughing one day. I was laughing. He was sparring. It was pretty funny. But yeah, It's okay, man. Listen. He's good to go. You see, he spawned the big guy Adrian, and he spawned another guy, Emmanuel Aline, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, man. Those dudes is heavyweights, huh?
No, Aline was like like a middleweight or something.
Okay,
Superman, but he's heavier
right.
now. But
Because they look huge in the ring with him.
yeah, but he's small. He's like he's really down. But yeah, but
Right.
Adrian is like he's a heavyweight, but he's a great skilled technical counterpuncher. He has good hand speed. So that's really what it is. That's what you care about. Him reaction time, like reacting to it. That's a key element. That's what it's all about.
Now, do y'all use like mixtures? Is it a strategy to bring in much bigger guys all the time, or is it just
smaller guys can't take those punches like that, man?
right?
So you got. I mean, a 147 pounder can't be up in there every day like that. I mean, taking those punches like that.
Right.
And so
So you
you
got
got a bigger guy can take it. Asian, like he's not, he's gonna be able to take the hard shots, whatever it is, and gonna keep him be able to keep doing his thing. But the smaller guy, he's not gonna be able to continue like that.
yeah. They just you can't keep
It's
them
hard.
around, huh?
It's hard. You can't. It's hard. So I mean, yeah, like those guys can't do it all the time like that.
Right. Well, I appreciate you, Coach, coming through, man, giving me your time, and you got to get up so early.
I think it's our first interview before.
Yeah, the last one we did was like
a long time ago. Yes,
yeah,
right.
it was
It wasn't Blue Blood. It was something else.
yeah.
It was just you.
And I had my co-host on. Yeah, I had my yeah. He passed away 3 weeks ago.
Man.
Yeah, 3 weeks
What
ago.
happened to him?
He had diabetes, and then his kidneys started to fail.
Damn. Sorry about that, man.
Yeah.
How old was he?
He was 57.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. No, 55.
Sorry about that, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate you, Coach, man.
No doubt, man. I'm moving around. I mean, I'm like,
No, it's all good. It's all good, Coach.
All right.
I know you got to get up super early, man. And how is that, man? So you in the gym all day, huh?
Well, yeah, I work at a health club, so I work at a health club, and I go from there to So I'm in the gym all day, every day. Yeah, man. Oof. Yeah. I mean, it's when I get to come home, I love being at home too, man.
Right.
I'm like, damn, I get home early.
Right.
I love it. I got home a little earlier today. I love just coming home
and kick back, right?
A little bit, yeah, man. Get a kickback, man. I want to go outside and go on my patio. I haven't been able to do it, but I'm gonna do it pretty soon. I wanted to do it today, but I didn't have the time. So
right.
Get around to doing it. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming through, Coach, man.
All right.
So I'll be talking to you. I'll be in touch.
Okay, no doubt, bro. Take care. Peace.
All right, Coach.
Yep.
All right. There I have it, man. The historian, yeah. My brother Max Caesar in the super chat saying, bro, stop playing with us. We need you, bro. Stay up, my guy. No box chat, real life. Yeah. I'm good, man. I'm taking care of myself, man. Wife ain't trying to hear me not do nothing else. She ain't trying to hear me, man. William Crowder, brother in the super chat, he said, what's good, Blue? Glad you're okay, man. I appreciate you, great brother. I appreciate you. Alfred Yashirala, my brother in the super chat, says, salute to the best trainer in boxing. No debate. Agreed. I agree. But, that's subject to everybody's opinion. So it is what it is. My brother Max Caesar, brother, back in the super chat. He said, I served in the Marine Corps with Marcus Brown, cousin Brenton. He stayed bragging about him. This is dope. Oh, man, salute to brother Max Caesar, man. I didn't want to break up the conversation. That's why I didn't read the super chats. Bobo, what's going on? Judah Ben Israel, brother in super chat. Jerry Jane, let me make Errol a theme song. LOL. Salute to you, great brother. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. I wanted to bring y'all that, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all want to call in? Tim Allen, have a great night, brother. Trying to get to all these super chats that I missed, man. Jay Lynn, peace and blessings, Queen. Kendrell, brother in super chat. Coach Jane, you need an assistant in the gym. I'll have them sitting down on the hook. Most people don't know nothing about boxing. Salute to the great brother. Kendrell, brother in the super chat once again. He said, Blue, that's for you, bro. Love the show every time, man. I salute. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, smash that like button, man. Get the likes to 1.2K. We got 1.3K people in here. My brother CB Sports TV, Carl Burrell in the building. 1.3K people in here. We don't even have barely 1,000 likes, man. Smash the like button, man. Get the likes up, people. Amazing, man. Tavares Rochelle, brother in the super chat. We all know Spence beats Bud. Salute to you, brother. Tristan V, brother in the super chat. What does DJ think of potential Keith Thurman Crawford fight? Oh, I meant to ask him about Keith Thurman too. I forgot, man. I ain't want to keep him too long, man, because I know he got to get up super early. So what y'all think, man? Y'all want to call in? On the mic, my brother Terrence Bailey Sr. Go subscribe to my brother on the mic, brother Terrence Bailey Sr. Coach, how do you rate EJ Power since he hasn't having weight issues how about stamina? Yeah. Kenneth Johnson, Blue, and his brother in the super chat. He said, Blue, great interview. I appreciate you, great brother. Appreciate you. Hey, Terrence, I just read it just now. Just seen it just now, brother. Emmett Ben Yisrael, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said that was a good interview and Kurt would have enjoyed this, man. Another one. Yeah, he would have, man. My brother Emmanuel H, man. Donna Williams, peace and blessings. Queen said, you made my weekend, bro. Ladine Biosi, what's going on? Appreciate you, man. Go subscribe to my brother A1 Hoops on my brother Emmanuel H in the building. KQKC Boxing Network, my brother in the building. Go subscribe to my brother KQKC Boxing Network. Yeah, man. Marky Dan 123, man. What's going on? KG 412, what's going on? Unreleased, what's going on? Team Elite, what's going on? Yeah, salute to each and every one of y'all, man. TR brother super chat. Crawford close his eyes. Yeah. Jay Good, my brother, what's going on? Go to and also too, people go to ppv.blkprime.com. Subscribe to ppv.blkprime.com. Subscribe to ppv.blkprime.com. Subscribe to ppv.blkprime.com. I will be doing partnership with them. Bro Kuza, what's going on? Ride Swell Tribe, what's going on? We're going to be putting on fights, so make sure y'all go there. Subscribe to that. So y'all want to call in, man, and tell me what you think. He said that Errol got his power is on 10 right now. Pull counter boxing, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Great interview, Blue. May I use some of the interview? You are the best we got, Blue. Salute to you, great brother. Absolutely. You know, I don't get that. Don't, you know. Of course you can, great brother. Pull counter boxing. Of course you can, great brother. Of course you can, great brother. Curtis Robinson, what's going on? Realism 101, what's going on? Thomas Harris, what's going on? So y'all want to call in, man? Because I'm getting off in 20 minutes. For Shirley Sean, nephew, what's going on? Great brother in the super chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said, what's popping? Glad to see you out that room. Yes, sir. I got out the next day, yesterday, and I feel much better, man. Got a peace of mind too, you know. Mr. Mechanical, what's going on? So I got a peace of mind now. Remy Ogun, what's going on? Okay, Manuel. Oh man, yeah, you gotta take care. Yeah, you always telling me to take care of myself. You gotta take care of yourself, great brother. You gotta get sleep. I know you got the little ones, but you gotta get sleep, bro. Got to. Yeah, for Shirley Sean, man, I'm glad I'm out of there, man. I got a peace of mind. Appreciate you. Uppercuts Boxing Nation, what's going on? M. Brian, brother in Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in Super Chat. Appreciate your dedication and sleepless days and nights. I appreciate you, great brother. Appreciate you, man. True Thought TV, what's going on? NNM Banana, what's going on? Yeah, I'm gonna put the number up, man, so y'all could go ahead and call in, man. Let's call in. Give me your thoughts, man. Let's keep it short though, because you know we got to get off quick, man. Smash the like button, man. Get the likes up to 1.3K, man. Smash that like button. Get the likes all the way up. Anthony Shaw, what's going on? Yeah, let's work, man. Let's work and let's work some more. Let's work to drummer's beat. Let's work. Ding, 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 ding. What y'all thought about the interview? Tell me what y'all thought. And that's what I was saying about Jermell. Great big men be great little men. You understand what I'm saying? It's not that I was trying to take anything away from anybody. People be getting that misconstrued. Curtis Robinson, appreciate you. My brother DOG 215 in the building. What's good? Pat Greedy, what's going on? Tell Plant to take the fight. Man, they shouldn't be looking for a fight with Caleb Plant right now anyway. They should be looking for a fight with Demetrius Andrade. Caleb Plant is coming off of a knockout loss. Sean Gibbons, what's going on? What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, great brother?
What's going on, Blue Spence?
Oh, man, come on, man. What's good with you, great brother?
Man, ain't nothing. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing much better, great brother. Much better.
I'm glad to hear it, man.
Much better, man. Got a peace of mind, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You working hard, man. You got to watch your health, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. Wife wasn't happy about it. You know what I mean? But
no doubt. My wife would have been happy with me with that either, man. Got to sleep at night. I don't get to sleep at night neither.
Yeah, I just my brain is always churning, man, and so you know she like, listen, man, knock it off. You know what I mean?
Sound like my wife, man.
Yeah, facts. But what you think about him saying that Errol Power is on a different level right now?
I believe it because he's had more time. You know, he's been more dedicated, and he's dropped the weight a whole lot sooner. And from my thought process, you know, what I'm saying if you drop the weight, you get close down to fight weight. You know, what I'm saying way sooner than than the fight date, and you spend more time. You know, what I'm saying closer to your fight weight prior to the fight, and your body gets acclimated. The more time you spend at that weight, you know, what I'm saying your body has time to adjust, and you can get your stamina and your power up.
Mm-hmm.
Versus you dropping weight last minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, and you come into a fight drained and weak, and you know what I'm saying you basically you go into a fight, you going through the motions like you win a fight on muscle memory, like the fight against Danny Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
that was Errol, in my opinion, going through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't take like a couple rounds off in the middle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He got tired.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas had he was on weight, say, for like 30 days out, like he is now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Had he done this against a Danny Garcia or a Sean Porter, you know what I'm saying? Those fights would have been totally different fights.
Mm-hmm.
That left hand he landed on Sean Porter that put Sean Porter down might have put Sean Porter out.
Mm-hmm.
That attack on Danny Garcia would have been a sustained attack. There would have been no break in the beatdown, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that stuff makes a difference in the preparation. You know, as we said in the Army, you say you train in the way you fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the preparation is everything. So I think this fight against Uga is going to be Errol versus the Errol we saw against Bundu as far as conditioning and intensity. The Errol we saw against Kell Brook as far as conditioning and intensity. I think Ugas is in for something he ain't never seen. And I take nothing away from Ugas. But I think we could be, and still again, not taking nothing away from Ugas, but I think we putting a little bit too much stock in Ugas having beat a 40-some-year-old Manny Pacquiao who was 1 or 2 fights from retirement, who fought him flat-footed, who didn't even fight his fight. He fought him flat-footed. He was not the mobile Manny Pacquiao who was jumping in and out, moving from side to side, jumping in and out. You know, darting in, darting out, moving from side to side, lateral moving. That was not the Manny he fought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, right or wrong.
Right. No, you're right. And another thing is Manny hadn't fought in 2 years, remember?
Say it again?
I said Manny hadn't fought in 2 years too.
Yeah. So yes. So there was that factor. There was the age. There was his legs were gone. You know. So I mean, I think we read a little bit too much into it. I mean, we want to give Ugas all his credit and build us up to be an exciting fight, which I'm you know what I mean, it's a 3-belt title fight. It's an exciting fight. You know what I'm saying? No one takes nothing away from it. You know, Ugas got a great backstory. They say he's one of the greatest fighters to come out of Cuba.
Yeah,
I don't know.
His
I
amateur.
don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know it to be a fact, but that's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to take nothing from him at all, but you can't hang that on that Manny Pacquiao fight. I'm sorry, can't do that.
Yeah, that's
now,
right.
If he had fought Manny 7 years ago, and it went to the same result, maybe so.
Right.
But on that fight, no. Now, if you go in there and give Errol hell or beat Errol, then okay, yeah. But I don't see that happening because Errol to rededicate himself. Errol went back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion, this is Errol tune-up fight to Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tune-up fight to Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
Did Ugas legitimately beat Sean Porter? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to jump down that rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
But because from my understanding, Sean Porter is a boxer in sparring, not doing a pro fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's my take on it, brother. I'm not gonna hold the line.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna even try to get into that Cobb stuff, man, because that's not even worth the time.
Yeah, that's why I ain't even asked him about that. He probably don't even know who he is anyway. So That's why I ain't even asked him, because I'm like, he probably don't even know. He don't even know who Blair Cobbs is. So
no shine. No shine at all.
No. But all right, great brother. All right.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right. Peace. My brother Esther Tariq 203, brother in the super chat. Where you been at, bro? I ain't see you in a month of days. Dropping that half a hundo on your boy Blue. Salute to my brother Esther Tariq 203, brother in the super chat. Dropping that half a hundo on your boy Blue. Man, where you been at, bro? Where you been at, bro? He said, peace, God. I know it's been a minute. Missed the interview, so hurry up and finish so I can hear it. LOL, keep doing your thing, fam. Salute to you, great brother. Where you been at, bro? Man, I ain't see you in probably since the holidays, bro. Where you been at? How's everything with you, man? How's everything with you? Derrick Simpson, what's going on, great brother? Yeah, I'm doing better, man. I'm doing much better, Derrick Simpson. I appreciate you, great brother. I appreciate you.
Call from Charles Pickett.
What's going on, great brother? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Charles Pickett from South Central LA.
South Central LA in the building. What's good with you?
Hey, it's good to talk to you, Mr. Blue.
Yes, sir. What's good with you, great brother?
How you doing, brother?
Oh.
I just want to say I watch your show all the time, man, and I love it. It keeps me going, brother.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you 1,000%, man. I'll be back. I'll probably be back in LA pretty soon, man. Pretty soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go to the Virgil Ortiz fight at the Galen Center?
No, I'm not going to that. That's next Saturday, so I'm not going to that. But yeah, that's next Saturday. But I'll be there. I believe I'll be there in probably in May or June.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just wanted to touch on some stuff about this boxing, bro.
Okay, for sure. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me get this super chat real quick.
Okay.
Mr. INTJ, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Blue, I know Spence may have the best jab, but then Crawford does get touched in the orthodox stance. Bud has the right hand in his dominant hand. So if Errol can get past it, he beats Bud. Hopefully not, though. Salute to you, great brother. Yeah, so go ahead, great brother. Do me a favor. Turn me down in the background.
Okay. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. I'll be studying Crawford fights and Errol's fights, and I noticed with Crawford, the fighters that he don't respect, he seemed to get into exchanges with. But the ones that he do respect, he show off his boxing skills. And I was thinking, if they do fight with Crawford and Errol, I think Crawford would just box him instead of try to exchange with him. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that would be his best bet. But the problem is that I think that Terrence Crawford's pride and his competitive nature is not going to let him just sit and box. I think that since Terrence Crawford came up to welterweight, he's been having a chip on his shoulder and a competitive part of him that's can't allow him to sit back and box. That's the reason why he's getting into these. Now he's getting these knockouts, right? He knocked out his last 9 opponents and stoppage and knockouts. But, I just think that his, competitive nature, and he has such a chip. Terrence Crawford, I don't know if he manufactures it or it's just natural. It just kind of reminds me a bit of Michael Jordan, right? Where they just have this hip that don't even exist, right? So they just they make up something that is really not there, And so I think that Terrence Crawford, he believes that all the welterweights, everybody still look at him like he's too little, and so he's trying to prove a point, and that ain't going to be good when you're trying to do that with Errol Spence, because he's just as technically skilled. He's just as sharp as you, but he's naturally bigger and stronger, and he's a natural southpaw, right? And so, the problem is with Terrence Crawford. We saw with Igis Kavalauskas. Remember Andre Ward? I don't know if you listened to the telecast, but when I went back and listened to the commentating, Andre Ward is saying, "Man, I don't like this. He getting hit too much. He's staying in the pocket. It's by choice." Even with Sean Porter, right? It's by choice because we know Terrence Crawford can move. It's a mindset, and that's one of the things that worries me with him with Errol Spence is because if he did that with them to prove a point, he hears all the chatter when it comes to him and Errol Spence. So he's for sure going to be looking to prove a point and exchange with Errol. I can't see no scenario with Terrence Crawford in the beginning of the fight, the first 4 rounds, right? It's going to be a technical chess match, right? Because the tension in the room is going to be so thick, you could cut it with a butter knife, right? It's going to be so thick, right? And so in the beginning, right, it's gonna be a chess match. But let Errol catch him with something. It's only gonna take Errol to catch him with one thing clean, and the crowd go ooh and ah. The switch of boxing is gonna go all the way off, and he's gonna go into fight mode.
Right. Yeah. See, I know that'll be a good fight, but I like both of the fighters, man. I love Errol and I love Terrence, but if it have to come down to both of them, man, I'm still gonna take Terrence, man. That's my boy, man.
Hey, he a dog, man. He a dog, man. You can't take nothing away from him. It's like I said, he just has this imaginary chip on his shoulder that really don't exist, And another thing about it is Errol has now he has a homegrown natural chip on his shoulder because people are questioning, is he going to be able to come back? You see what I'm saying? So the rubber going to meet the road. It ain't going to be no chess match for too long.
Yeah. And with this Ugas fight, I honestly think Earl going to get him out of there because, Ugas, he don't have that much power. And not only that, he don't throw that many punches. And Errol is so active, and he's a great body puncher. I mean, once he hits Ugas' body, that's it.
And that's my thing, right? And that's what I was saying to Coach James. And you see, that's what I tell people. I study the sport of boxing, man. That's what I do. I'm a geek. I love this sport. I rewatch fights all the time. Wherever I'm sitting in the bathroom, I'm watching fights. I'm on the airplane, I'm watching fights. And old fights, and especially when fights are coming up and something in my brain said, oh, this fighter remind me of fighter C. You know what I'm saying? I'll go back and watch fighter C. And so I was looking at Kell Brook fight with Errol Spence, and I'm like, man, this dude, he looks like Ugas. He fights. He's not as hunched over. Ugas is more hunched over than Kell Brook. Kell Brook is more upright, but their approach and their tightness with their defense is very similar. So he's going to see that being Errol, something he saw before in Kell Brook, where Ugas is getting ready to see something he ain't never seen before. Now, granted, Ugas is a decorated amateur, so he's seen pretty much everything. But as a professional, with Errol's aggression, size, and southpaw stance and versatility, he's going to see something that's completely different. And I think that Errol is going to come to completely stop. Hey, and Derrick, and let me tell you something. He ain't making this up. I've talked to multiple people out of Errol Spence's gym, to be unnamed. And, I just asked them about, what they see is it. And everybody says the same thing. Hey, dude, Blue, this dude power just went to another level. And for Derrick to say that, Derrick don't know who I'm talking about. He wasn't in on this conversation. So when I asked him and he says the same, that's 4 people out the gym. 4 different people that told me, bro, if you see this dude power went to a whole nother level right now. And I don't know if it's because, like we said, we know, like he's this is public record. So he's told us that he wasn't committed. You know what I mean? In between fights. And now he's right. And we saw when he was with Blu-ray strength and condition coach what he was in the Chris Algieri fights and the Lamont Peterson fights and the Kell Brook fights. We saw what he looked like.
Oh yeah.
And
he was a monster.
For him to be on cruise control against Mikey, Sean, and Danny and still win like he won without strength and condition, now he's living in the gym. Oh man!
Wow. Yeah. So do you see Errol stopping Ugas?
I don't want to say he's going to stop him, and let me tell you the reason why is because of Ugas' amateur background, Ugas' skills in the ring, and his high ring IQ. I don't think he'll put himself in position to be stopped. It's hard to stop a guy when they realize this ain't my night and I ain't trying to get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And yeah. Ugas is smart enough to understand this. It ain't happening tonight for me. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and I think I think he's crafty enough and tricky enough to where he could, offset just enough to keep Errol guessing or keep him at bay. But if he high guards and is staying in the pocket or staying on the ropes, oh, for sure. But I think he'll pivot. He's always in shape as well. And he's big, he's strong. Monica, peace of blessings, Queen. He's big, he's strong. He has a high ring IQ. He has a very tight guard, and he's durable. So I think that he'll stay away enough. When the going gets tough, I think the light bulb will go off in his head. Okay, let me do enough to, I'll jab him. You know what I mean? There's things that you can do to kill time in the ring, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Just one more thing, because I don't want to hold up the chat.
No problem.
What do you think is the chances of Terrence Crawford fighting Keith Thurman next?
The chances, man, from what I'm hearing, I'm in hope mode as a fan. I have two different modes, right? I'm in work mode, but then I'm a fan. And the reason I'm Blue Blood Sports TV is because I'm a fan first. You know what I mean? And the fan in me, I'm going to tell you 50%. The job in me and resources, I'm going to tell you probably about 20%. It's not
wow.
It's not looking good for that.
So who, your gut feeling, who do you think Crawford gonna fight next?
Josh Taylor.
Oh, he'll smash Taylor, man.
Yeah. I think unless it's somebody we don't see and I don't expect, the Keith Thurman fight is what I want, man, and it just seems like it's not gaining no traction behind the scenes.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay, well,
I don't know
that's
why.
All I got. I'm so glad that I was able to talk to the Blue Blood.
And another guy, let me tell you, who's a dark horse in it that you could possibly see Terrence fight is Virgil Ortiz.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good fight.
Yeah, because I'm hearing that that Virgil may sign those papers to petition for the fight. But he's in position, Virgil, he could petition for the winner, Errol Spence, Ugas fight, which he won't get his opportunity just yet. But the WBO will give Virgil Ortiz his opportunity ASAP.
Oh, okay.
Which would mean, because he don't want to lose, Virgil don't want to, because if Josh Taylor comes up and petitions the WBO and Virgil Ortiz hasn't, he'll lose his position.
Oh, okay. I see.
So why do you, if you Virgil Ortiz, lose your position for what?
Right.
Just take the fight. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So, but But for sure this year, you think Crawford gonna fight somebody though before this year is over?
He better. Ain't no way he could close out this year waiting for Errol. You got to think, Errol with 2 training camps and you with none.
Yeah,
bro. You can't. He absolutely cannot sit back and let that happen. He can't. He got to get going into this Errol fight. He has to, because you got to think. Let's say we don't know how this fight gonna play out with Errol and Ugas, right? But let's say Errol stops him early and didn't even get into a fight, because that's possible, right? Now he's coming out that healthy and back training, back preparing for you. And not that Terrence Crawford is not, because he's always in the gym. He lives in the gym, right? He's always in shape. But you got to get under the lights. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. Yeah. You just can't go from November to him fighting Errol probably be November.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to see that.
Yeah.
Just as a fan, like, I don't want to see you. I don't want to see Terrence Crawford fight Errol Spence with a year layoff. Bro, I want to see Terrence Crawford fight right now. Fight in June, fight in July. You know what I'm saying? Fight right now and be the best version of Terrence Crawford when you fighting Errol Spence. Don't sit on the shelf and waiting for this and waiting for that. And man, come on, man. It's not. And the Keith Thurman fight makes so much sense. And Keith Thurman is waiting around for the WBC route, which I don't even know why they interjected themselves for no reason. No reason. They involved themselves in this for no reason. Now he's the mandatory. Well, for what? It's not necessary. But Keith Thurman needs to fight Jerron Ennis.
Oh yeah, he don't want no part of Jerron Ennis, man.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna, wait around the WBC route and not fight Terrence Crawford, then fight Boots Ennis. It's only right. What you gonna do?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's too much waiting around for me, man.
Yeah, I get it.
Too much waiting.
But anyway, but thanks for having me on the show, Blue Blood.
I appreciate you, great brother. Appreciate you.
Oh, all right.
All right.
All right.
All right. 49 to Jeff, my brother in the super chat. Blue, glad to see you feeling better. Do you think Spence stops Ugas? Yeah, like I was saying, it's a big possibility that he could stop Ugas. Miss Sexy, peace of blessings, Queen. How you doing tonight? Terrence Sellers, what's going on? I just don't think, unless Ugas lets himself be put in a position. Brown Lumber 909, what's going on, great brother? VC Fight Club, what's going on? Bumpy T, my brother, what's good, Bumpy T? Unless Ugas puts himself in a position where he allows himself to be vulnerable, I don't see it.
Call from.
What's going on, great brother? What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's your boy Marky Dan. What's happening, Blue?
Oh, my brother. What's goody with you, great brother?
I'm good.
How's everything?
Had a rough day, but that's life. I'm gonna keep pushing.
That's it, man. That's you see, my weekend started off kind of rough, huh?
Yeah, man.
That's the only thing we could do, man. As long as we get up and we put our feet on the floor, it's the grind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got good family. I got good friends. So I'm good, man.
Yeah, that's.
How you doing, man? What happened with you, bro?
Man, I got what what's considered, it's like a athlete's heart, man. I always since I was about 18, 19. So it's like my rhythm be off at times, And
okay.
so so I can tell you the story. I'm gonna tell you the story. Why not? So I made that video with Jermell Charlo and Jaime Munguia. So I got a phone call that Jaime Munguia, Jermell Charlo gonna fight, right? Credible source. So I made the video. Now, as I was making that video, I went and I was sitting in the car, and like halfway through it, I'm like, man, I felt like I couldn't breathe that well. Nothing too alarming, but I was aware of it, And so while I was sitting there, I'm like, man, I'm making a video. you may see my facial expression if you go back and watch the video, because I'm thinking about it while I'm talking, you know. And once I finished, I'm like, man, as I was going, I'm like, let me cut it short. So I just cut it short, uploaded it. But when I got out the car, you know, I was all right. You know what I mean? And and I got in and I came in the house. I'm like, all right, cool. And I sat down and I was talking to the wife, and she was talking to me, and I'm like, man, I don't feel right. You know, I felt, off, you know what I mean? And so then my chest started feeling a little funny, whatever. But I got pills and stuff that I take for it, you know. So I'm like, all right, but it went away. But as I'm talking, uploading it, it came back, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, let me go do, no, it's not anxiety. It's not anxiety. It's not. Then I went, you know, did what I had to do. And then I went outside, like, man, I wasn't thinking about it. And I went outside to go to the barbershop, getting ready to go to the barbershop. And, man, it got tighter. Then my back started getting hurt. Then it was in my throat. So I'm like, that ain't a good look. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna drive myself, and so telling the wife, I'm like, man, I think I'm gonna take myself to the doctor, right? And went to get in my car, and as I went to get in my car, I'm like, she like, hey, you sure? You think you gonna make it like that? So I'm like, yeah, I could drive. But as I went to open the doors of my car, and I started to feel it more, you know what I mean? And so I'm like, nah, I don't want to drive, and because then I started losing my breath even more, you know what I mean? And it was just like a lump, you know what I mean? And I was feeling like I couldn't swallow, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man,
that must have been scary.
yeah. So I'm like, yeah. I tell her, right? I'm like, all right, you could drive, because I don't want to drive, and then you know what I mean. It didn't work, so I'm like, you drive. So drove, got there, and then he kept me, you know what I mean. And so yeah, I was coughing in it because I was trying to, you know what I mean. Like, man, it was just like I was trying to clear my breath, you know what I mean. And so what it is I've had it since, it just comes and goes, you know what I mean. But it'll knock my rhythm off at times, or at times if it's like it stops, you know what I mean. So and it just happens, you know what I mean. It's weird, right? So I could be talking to you, and then it's just like it just paused completely. So that's like jolting, you know what I mean. So a lot of athletes that they suffer from, they may not know they have it.
I think Shaquille O'Neal's son had it.
Right, but he caught his in the stage where exactly. So he caught his in the stage where he had to have surgery and stuff. I'm good, you know what I mean? Good, thank the universe, you know what I mean? I ain't at that stage, you know what I mean? So
yeah, my day wasn't as bad as that, but yeah, I stayed out late till about 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I woke up late, got to work late, so I got cussed out by my boss.
Oh yeah.
So my day was even as bad as yours, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, man, it just feels like it's the worst, because most of the time when it has happened in the past, I'm usually not out of breath, you know what I mean, or it. So I see people saying it's panic. It's not a panic. I don't have a panic.
No.
It's not a panic attack. So let me tell y'all what it is. It's an arrhythmia. So what happens is a lot of athletes, develop it, and a lot of athletes, they have sudden death from it. You know what I mean? Some people, in my case, I'm good. Shaquille O'Neal's son, he had to have surgery. You know what I mean? But it just happens. You know what I mean? So what happens is that, sometimes I could be sitting talking to you and it just completely feels like I was running a 10-mile sprint, just a sprint. And I'm like, oh man. Now you may not notice it, you know what I mean? I notice it, you know what I mean? And I've gotten used to not panicking when it happens, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that hard stuff is scary. My father had hypertension, so I gotta look out for him.
Yeah, and so you know what? So it'll happen where it's just flying. So I could give y'all an example when it happened. I was at Wilder Ortiz rematch, and yeah, this is a true story, right? We in Vegas, Wilder Ortiz rematch, and as soon as he knocks him out, right? I'm like,
yeah, your heart just went.
Yeah, hey man, he knocked him out, boom, right? And anybody who's there, ask Fred, right? Because I disappeared on everybody, but now I can explain the story. So as soon as he knocked him out, boom, right? I'm talking to Wilder's mother, and she's like, "Yeah, you seen that, boo?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I turn. It's like sudden movements will make it happen. You know what I mean? So I turn to tell her, like, "Yeah," and it just, and man, it feel like I just did 20 sprints. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh man, here we go. So I, went to the bathroom, sit down, cold water on my face, you know what I mean? Just sit for a second, let it relax, And it's definitely, it's it's uncomfortable, you know what I mean? So I learned to live with it without panicking, you know what I mean? But this time was a situation where it was like, all right, let me go ahead and make sure, you know what I mean? Another time it happened on my daughter's birthday. I was training my daughter boxing. She boxed. My second oldest daughter was her birthday. Training my other daughter to box. Me and her training. I'm doing the pads with her, right? And she says she was doing something wrong. So I went to tell her, like, hey, you doing this wrong. You know what I mean? And I'm like, come on, let's go. You know what I mean? So she like, all right. And I put the mitts back on. As soon as I put them back on, it took off on me. I'm like, oh man. So I went, sat down, and it was my second oldest daughter birthday. She wasn't happy about that.
Would you say, like, in that moment you were feeling stressed because she wasn't performing correct?
No, it's just it's just something that athletes develop. You know what I mean? Sure. It's ironic because we just had a kid like a month ago. He has the same thing, and he I think he's like 14, 15. He passed away on the court like a month ago, right near my house. Wow. So yeah, it's just something you may not know it, you may not feel it, you understand what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. Just is what it is. But it's the grind, the grind don't stop, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know how the hell you could be making those videos in the hospital.
Hey man, you know what?
I remember I broke my arm and I had to sit up in the hospital. I hated that shit.
Yeah, man. It's just
I wanted to go home. And the nurse that had me with, man, she's, oh my God.
The brother said it sounds like SBT. Sean Gibbons. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, brother. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what it is, brother. But yeah, man, that's my boring story, brother.
That ain't no boring story.
That's my boring story.
I thought you got 9 kids. I thought you were gonna tell me it went off at the wrong time or some shit like that.
No, man. No, man, it's just, yeah, it's just. And you know what, man? I'm be honest, man. We just gotta live, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I look at everything. We gotta live. Just live and enjoy. That's it, man. That's it.
That's exactly what my father told me today.
Yeah, I done 50,000 stress tests and taking Holter monitors home and man, that gets annoying, man. You can't sleep with that stuff, man. Just
it is what it is.
It is what it is, great brother. That's exactly what it is.
But let's get to this boxing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got one question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you think Floyd Mayweather will send Jack Catterall an offer
for a Tank?
Or what's the likelihood
for a Tank
that he would? Yeah.
No.
No belts, no sanction fees.
No. Ain't gonna happen. He's just not a. That was a good showing. He showed up, Josh Taylor. You know what I mean? But for Tank, nah, because he's just not a. He's not a draw. You know what I mean? To sell Jack Catterall for Tank, we'll have to go to the UK.
But check what I'm saying. We begging for Tank to fight somebody.
Mm-hmm.
We're begging at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So Tank would get the credit. Like, I don't see how he could not get the credit for beating Jack Catterall.
Oh, for sure.
No matter how much they might dislike him, no matter how much these trolls might talk, they can't find a way to discredit that win.
Mm-hmm.
And it's perfect. They don't want to pay sanction fees on no belts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just my way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I just want Tank fight somebody, dog.
Yeah, it's just like I would give him credit for that fight, and beating Jack Catterall. You know what I mean? Because it was a great showing. I actually thought he won the fight. I just thought in the later rounds he just didn't push it to secure the fight, right? So I wasn't mad, and this is what people didn't understand. I'm not mad that Josh Taylor got the victory because he's the champion.
I was mad.
Yeah, I know you was upset, but it's just like he's the champion, right? And so you got to take it from him. You got to take it. If you don't knock him out or could constantly drop him, you know what I mean? You got to take it from him. Take it from him. Don't leave it up to chance. Don't leave it up to the judges. Get aggressive. Even if you're not.
Just like George Kambosos.
Right.
Those last 2 rounds.
You see when Kambosos got dropped, he never let off the gas. And look, if he let off the gas slightly. Now, I thought, again, George Kambosos, I thought he controlled that fight up until the 10th round and when he got dropped, right? But if he slightly would have let off the gas, he would have lost.
It's New York.
No, it's just when you fighting a champion like that in their backyard, you ain't gonna get the nod. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just they're gonna.
I was mad. I bet 500 on Catterall.
They're always gonna give. They're always gonna give the champion the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Always, as long as he's upright and competitive, he's always going to get the benefit of the doubt. Always. So you see what I'm saying? So when you Jack Catterall, now go back and watch the fight, right? Now go back and watch that. The 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th round. This dude was just he was acting like he was Josh Taylor with the belts.
He was exhausted though.
He was tired, but that's another thing.
But you gotta push. I understand what you're
right. See, so like that's another thing. You showing fatigue. The judges is looking for every reason to give the champion the benefit of the doubt. This is what we got to understand, and you can't give them a reason for them to check the wrong box. You got to at least keep them at least keep the judges in the gray area. You understand what I'm saying? So him letting, and then another thing, he allowed Josh Taylor to be the aggressor. Even Josh Taylor wasn't landing no punches. He wasn't doing nothing spectacular. But he just was pushing the fight though. You see what I'm saying? Like he was initiating. Like I thought Jack Catterall won the first 6 rounds, and then with the knockdown, you heard when I was calling the fight, I'm like, all right, Josh Taylor needed a knockout. But even though that's what we believe and what we see, we got to think how the judge is going to think. You see what I'm saying? We see that, you know what I mean? And on top of that, you got to take into consideration, it looks completely different sitting at the ring than it does on TV.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And you got to think, I'm Josh Taylor. I'm the aggressor, right? I'm a judge sitting on the far side of the ring. I see Josh Taylor pushing the fight, getting aggressive. I can't see that he ain't land every punch that he threw, but I see you not even. That's a huge problem. But I see you not even trying to land a punch. You make a miss, but what are you doing after that?
Well, he was timing him good with his left hand.
Yeah, he was. But I'm saying the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th round, he just he let in those championship rounds, he let it go. And in those championship rounds, Josh Taylor still showed the heart of a champion. He showed you, you're gonna have to knock me out. You see what I'm saying? And he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't. He had, and the thing that's so frustrating is he had the opportunity to do it. Because Josh Taylor was giving him every opportunity to do it.
Right.
He just didn't take it. In his backyard, he's the undisputed champ. There's more on the line. He's the biggest sell. They ain't gonna give it to you. They're just not.
But you think the weight is really what affects? Because I see people trying to take Josh Taylor off the pound for pound list based off that performance, but I'm not gonna do that. I think it was just the weight that was messing with him.
I don't know. So I don't think it was the weight. See, and that's one thing I don't like when the fighters do that, because they say, "Oh, it's the weight." That's something, it's just like this, right? You go to
before the fight, he said he could fight the rest of his career
at 140. So it's like this, right? When you go to work, oh, I can't come into work. Why? My back hurt. So you could go to the doctor and tell you your back hurt. You can't see it. There's nothing we can tell you that we can't say it do or don't. You understand? So, okay, you say your back hurt. Okay, well, we got to give you days off. You understand? Your job can't prove it. So that's about the weight. The weight was giving me a problem. How can we prove it? There's nothing to prove. Not your team. Nobody could say nothing about that. Only you know. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think I can't say it wasn't weight because I don't know. But I look at this. I think it was Josh Taylor completely. And this is what gives me the thought that I'm about to tell you, is Josh Taylor's reaction to rewatching the fight. His competitive nature. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. And I believe from his response tells me that you didn't take this man serious. You thought in my backyard, I'm gonna overwhelm. He ain't fight on this stage, on this grand stage. I'm gonna overwhelm this dude. He who is he for? What has he done? You overlook that man. And so and another thing is, even if the weight was bothering him, he never showed us a plan B. What did weight have to do with strategy?
He never adjusted.
Huh?
He never made an adjustment.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So what did weight have to do with your strategy?
Right.
You never made an adjustment.
Man, I don't know. I think Bud is going. I think he's gonna catch a body.
You see, Josh Taylor to me is a good fighter, and I don't think too many people. You can't judge him off that performance. I look at that performance though, and I look at Tank, and I look at Terrence Crawford. And the thing that lets me know, as far as dropping him in the pound for pound and all that, I'm not going to do that. But I will say this. You fight Terrence Crawford, what he showed me, the problem, the thing he showed me is that lack of adjustment. I don't care about you getting tired. But if you got tired and you couldn't make an adjustment, that shows me that mentally they'll be in your head. So what happens when they start landing big punches? When you're facing adversity, you can't switch to plan B. So when you fight a Terrence Crawford or Gervonta Tank Davis and you facing adversity, you ain't gonna switch to plan B. That's what you told me.
But going back to Tank, what you think about Pete? There are actually people out there saying that Rolly could win this fight.
The people that's saying that. The people that's
and they dead serious.
Yeah, and the people and I'm gonna tell you, the people that's saying that is people that just don't like Tank. And this is no slight to Rolly.
I know.
And it's no slight to Rolly, right? But you just look at the skill sets. Now, anything can happen when you put on them small gloves and get in a square circle, right? Anything can happen. And Rolly do have power, and he's unorthodox. So anything can happen. I mean, Marcos Maidana hurt Floyd in the first fight and in the second fight. I ain't see that coming. You know what I mean? And that's because of his unorthodox style, right?
But Maidana was a whole different class of fighter than Rolly.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm just talking. I'm just solely talking about the way.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, the way they deliver their punches. You know what I mean? Is very unorthodox, very awkward, and you may not see a punch coming. You understand what I'm saying? But my man, you see this. You see the skill set. You saw what Derrick James just said. Like I said, Tank Davis is man. That dude. I was more impressed with his way, what he handled and what he dealt with, and the adjustments he made against Isaac Cruz than anything. That dude's skill set compared to Rolly's. Again, let me say this publicly, right? Because dudes they gonna get in their feelings all blue. Listen, Rolly, I'm not slighting you. I'm just saying. I'm just stating the obvious. Tank's skill set is on 10, and Rolly's is on 4.5.
It's less than that.
And I'm just saying, because Rolly's actually been in the ring. But the dude, he just needs, to me, Rolly just needs a lot more experience. I'm not saying he can't improve. I just don't think this is the right time for Tank. Tank is, man, this dude is, man, when I watch this dude fight, I'm like, yo, this dude, he's a mini Marvin Hagler. He's a mini Marvin Hagler. The dude is, people don't give him enough credit because everybody gets enamored with his resume and with his power. That's the only two things people mention when they talk about Tank.
Yeah, people really, like, they really piss me off. Like, you saw them saying that Tank was fighting a mirror when he was fighting Isaac Cruz. Like Isaac Cruz, like, they fight the same type of style.
And so the thing, Isaac Cruz,
Tank is a counter puncher. So I don't understand where that's coming from.
Well, Tank is he's not a counter puncher. He's just a well-rounded fighter, right? Yeah. There's no real way to describe who Tank is. You understand? He's just a well-rounded fighter. He does everything.
No, but what I mean is, like, people see him like he's a brute.
Right, exactly. That because see, that's what I'm saying. People get so enamored with his power that's all they see. So when he didn't knock down or knock out Isaac Cruz, it was, oh man, that was a failure. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, you got to keep in mind, they're not fans of the sport of boxing. They're casual fans, so they're a fan of certain things, right?
They're fans of sensation,
right? No, they're fans with, because people like knockouts. You understand what I'm saying? People love knockouts. You understand what I'm saying? And because people get Solomon Perez Jr., what's going on? And Tank draws casual fans because of the knockouts he get. You see what I'm saying? But so then those casual fans, they came to see a knockout. They didn't come to see him box. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't come to see him make adjustments. They didn't even know he made adjustments, probably.
You don't watch baseball to watch pitching. You watch for the home runs.
There you go. There you go. There you go. But and they can't appreciate the pitcher getting 15 strikes.
Okay.
Just can't. They can't appreciate a base run. They just can't.
Okay.
I show up to see Aaron Judge hit a home run. I don't show up to see Aaron Judge hit baseline drives, and I don't. That ain't what I came here for. And singles and all that. I ain't show up for that.
Like the dude with the Mets. That nobody talks about him.
Well, who?
But anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tank. But what you think about Tank versus Thurman? I think people are counting out Keith Thurman. Like he looked good against Barrio. The only real trouble he had in that fight was when he got hurt to the body, which was really once. Like,
let me tell you my problem with Keith Thurman in that fight. And I know timing.
And he was in the best shape I've ever seen him in.
Yeah, and that's what worries me, because he looked very sloppy. And he looked like he was the help.
Well, he was out 3 years though.
Yeah, he was the healthiest he's been. He was in the best shape he was in. But that's what I'm saying. The thing that worries me is when you fight that level, even though you out that long. Look how Errol was out for 14 months, right? And came back. We couldn't tell that he wasn't 100% of himself.
Right.
I mean, there's little things we could say, be like, oh man, maybe did he, questionable things. But you can't see things that just look like, oh man, this dude complete. You understand? Floyd took 2 years old, come back. Then again, I know Floyd is on a different level, but Floyd, even Manny Pacquiao, right? He wasn't as aggressive as we normally see, right? And some things he did that, I'm like, he could have did, the old Manny Pacquiao. But did Manny Pacquiao look sloppy and all over the place? No. Keith was leaving his feet with punches. He was missing wildly. It was just like, bro, what? Like, you understand where I'm coming from? Like Sugar Ray Leonard, 2 years layoff, come back. He don't look like that. You understand? The greats don't look like that when they come back. Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter, think about this, right? Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter ain't fighting a year. Leading it. How many people realize that? They ain't fighting over a year heading into their fight. Both of them. Neither one of them fought in over a year going into that fight. And they both older than Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
And they go into that fight. Could you tell neither one of them fought in a year? No. You can't tell. You understand? Errol didn't fight. Errol didn't fight in over a year. He came back against Danny, suffering a horrific car accident. Didn't fight in a year. Rehab, not even 100% of himself. Did he look like it? No. Keith Thurman looked like he looked like he was like, bro, your punches is wild. You miss it. And this is a dude that you're supposed to look great against. You put any one of them in that position with him, with Mario Barrios.
You know what it is?
See, hold on 1 second. The promoter's view, he said, but who looked great after a 4-year? Keith Thurman. See, this is what I'm talking about. We have this is only in the sport of boxing. We just keep moving the goalposts. Now he was out the ring for 4 years? 4 years. What are we talking about here? Only in boxing can we just try to alter history.
It wasn't even 3.
It was 2.5 years.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Now this is the problem with the sport of boxing. The fans, we are the problem in the sport of boxing. We're the problem in the sport of boxing because we'll say stuff like that. Man, but I mean, it was 4 years. What? There's no realisticness to this. We could live in fantasy land in the sport of boxing.
And that same dude who just said he probably paid $79 to Keith Thurman versus Barrio.
4 years. Come on, man. We'll go to any measure to try to justify our fighters, man. It's amazing.
But you know what my thing is? I used to be a Keith Thurman fan.
I'm still am.
And no. I used to be a hardcore Keith Thurman fan after he beat Porter. And he turned me off after he ducked Errol. And I was sitting there saying to myself, come on, Keith, let's fight Errol. Whoop his ass. Let's go. And it's like he just told us. It's like he just told me, like, yo, I can't whoop him. I can't do nothing with him.
Right. It's just you know what boxing is?
It broke my fucking heart, dog. Like,
Hey, you know what boxing? You know what boxing is, man? You know the movie Coming to America when they talking about Joe Louis and he said, man, Joe Louis was 700 years old. That's truly how fans we defend our favorite fighters. Man, Joe Louis was 400 years old. You understand what I'm saying? That's why they did that. That's why that part was in there. That's what he said. I don't know how old he was, but he lost. You understand what I'm saying? That's the measures we'll go to. Joe Louis was 400 years old. Come on, man, stop it, man.
That's the same thing they do with Pacquiao. They make it seem like Pacquiao is older than Floyd.
Right. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's just amazing. But I got to get out of here, great brother.
All right, man. I've been on here for half an hour.
Yeah, it's all good.
All
So,
right, man.
all right, great brother. Blessings
All
to
right,
you.
love you, dog.
Love you too, great brother. Jermell Charlo, brother, in the super chat. Much love to you, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, that only in the sport of boxing, man. We're gonna say Keith Thurman was out the ring for 4 years. Come on, man. Stop it. Keith Thurman was out the ring. Yeah, who was out the ring for 4 years? 4 years? Come on, bro. How did you even come around to say Plastic Cup Boys? What's going on? Yeah, how did you even come around to saying the dude was out the ring for 4 years? How did that even come about? Like 4 years. Hey, man, but he was out the ring 4 years. Come on, man. Let me get on out of here, though. I appreciate y'all coming through, studying up, holding your boy Blue down, showing me love, man. Anybody take clips of this interview, man, send it to me on Instagram, man. Somebody take some clips of this, send it to me on Instagram from the interview. Please take clip of it and send it to me on Insta. Duncan Penderhugh, what's going on, great brother? How you feeling? Macadosha, Mac of the South, what's going on? Hey, man, if you take a clip of this interview, man, send it to me on Instagram, please, on Blue Blood Sports TV. Appreciate y'all. CB Cebulski, what's going on? Sean Gibbons, my brother. Appreciate y'all. Anthony Shaw, what's going on? Salute, blessings to y'all, man. Angela Johnson, peace and blessings to you, Queen. Let me get on out of here. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.